Valky, you feel frightened by the local preteens.
Yeah, they're taller than me. They're scary.
Huh.
Couldn't find Valky in a crowd in Sweden.
Oh, well, I'm sure you'll find me in the crowd. It's not because of my height. It's because of how wide I am.
It's because of your majestic beard.
Oh, true.
Crowning achievement, I'll say.
So,
Yeah.
are you saying stocky build, big beard? Is Valky the dwarf of our party?
He is the forward. Like that.
Pretty much.
That's a forward build right there.
Yeah. And broken shoulders. That's the build. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So,
broken bones everywhere.
okay, so we've got your fantasy race now when we isekai you. That's fine.
Yeah. I'll be a dwarf.
I'm a halfling through and through. I got the hairy feet and all.
Oh.
Yes, wait, let's make you even shorter.
I'm just a tall halfling. That's all it is. Just a disproportionately tall halfling.
In the Shire, you would be a giant.
I would be massive. I would clearly be a winger on there.
So that is but up, by the way, people want to connect. So,
Alright.
I'm connected already.
I know you are.
I just did that thing where I just
Connected,
randomly...
governor. Hello.
Where's this go away? I just randomly connect or try to connect to whatever server I'm joining. If I don't hear anything.
Copy link. Paste link.
I know that Sheamus remains suspiciously quiet throughout all of this.
He's contemplating.
I don't think Germany
He's not bidding
much of a rugby team anymore.
Of course.
Yeah, if you're talking about, I'm not 100% here. I may occasionally disappear for a few minutes.
Alright.
Yes.
I'm a wee bit ill, as you could say.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get feeling better.
I feel like you've been sick a lot recently, Ship.
Have I?
Has he?
When is the last time he's been sick? This is the first time I've heard of him being sick.
Like last time we played, you're like, oh, I feel a bit under weather.
It's different from actually being sick, though. That's just, I feel exhausted.
Wasn't it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, that's when we played last.
But that's not recently.
That is recently.
Alright.
I have.
On our internal timeline, it could be argued.
What I've learned is that Janice has a very warped sense of recent.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah. He definitely does.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Easily.
Good sir. Warped sense, I see.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying I'm crazy?
No. I'm just saying that.
I mean, if you're operating.
Oh.
What you think is recently might be, in fact, months old information.
Well, when you have as many years behind you as me,
That's...
you know.
I mean, you said
anything.
You said it, man. Sorry. Oh my god.
Yes, you cannot blame us for the words you've put in our mouth now.
Sorry, I'm late. Windows upgrade took like 30 minutes on my old computer.
Wow.
It's all good, Isa.
Yeah, I was gonna shut my PC down like in between work and this, and then as I went to do it, I realised it had an update, and I was like, nah, that's a tomorrow me problem.
Yeah, I was
That's what you'll say tomorrow.
thinking it was gonna be quick, but with the old PC, it's not gonna never be quick.
Windows updates are never quick.
Well, that's true.
They're like Total War Warhammer 3 updates.
Or any new game. Before we go, Dark,
Yes.
can I buy some gear before we go to war?
You will be able to. Yes.
Because I would like to buy some normal studded leather armor and some potion.
Oh, most certainly, if that's Yeah, anything non-magical. If you just want to like purchase that.
I
not
do
use
have
it,
a
sure.
one magical thing that I would like to think.
Then we will discuss that properly in a moment.
Yeah, but if I can buy just potions and start letter armor, that's good.
Yeah, if it's a common potions like that, can be purchased.
Yeah, the normal healing potion.
Yeah, those are absolutely fine.
So I can, upgrade my armor a little bit and get some potion because I have none.
Okay, you guys aren't immediately marching off at high speed. You have chance to do the things you need to. You're rulers of your own country. You get to decide your own timetable.
Potions, are those on the table?
Basic potions, yeah. But
Basic.
anything in particular you're looking for? If it's just healing, then that's easy enough to get.
Yeah, healing. Healing's pretty much what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
How much do those cost these days?
50 gold each.
50 gold each.
Yep.
I don't know, I want to copy spellbook spell rituals, but that costs money, so I need to be careful with my money.
It costs money, and unfortunately the person you want to scribe off is kind of busy.
Yeah, yes.
I just bought 3 potions and then the start letter armor. We can talk about the specific magic thing that I'm looking for. Come on.
Not what I want. For whatever reason, in D&D Beyond, if you're in the manage inventory, and you do, and you filter by type potion, it removes the basic type of potion of healing. It's under gear.
Yeah, it's not a magic item. It's
Yeah,
it's here. Yeah.
even though it says it's a magical red fluid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is so common that it's under gear.
It's not magic enough. Sorry.
Yeah.
And of course, I positioned His Majesty on the throne again.
Of course.
Oh, I want to update my title, by the way.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how I do that.
1 second. We don't check the settings.
Because I finally started watching House of Dragon, and
Okay.
If you just double right click on your token, you should be able to edit your name, I think.
aha, yes. There we go.
You're great.
Yeah.
I had a list of titles to use for Amanas.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that's great.
I mean, you can try to slip a different one into each further meeting.
I was using though, like every time that Ceres addresses Amanas directly in meetings, she did. Then I got bored of it.
Your eminence, your high radiance, the most pristine lord.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Ceres is like, my lady or something like that. Same with Seal.
Mhm.
Thorin is of course a sir. He's a knight. Vicus.
So far, he's been down as just Mr. Mercy.
Yes. Vicus don't really have a title as such.
I mean,
It's like
so-
Lord Mercy, but either way.
Dr. Mercy.
Dr. Mercy.
Oh my goodness.
Dr. Ziegler.
No, no.
I think Sir would also go for weakness.
Guess? But he's not a
in
sir. He's
general-
not a knight.
Yeah, he's not
Yeah, but he's-
knighted.
Like he's still your right hand man, so you know.
I mean, Lord, because I mean, I imagine he's.
He's His Grace personal gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
Gentleman. Hello, gentleman.
Personal
just
gentleman.
you know,
Yeah.
Master Mercy.
A gentleman's gentleman, you know?
I guess master, but
I see.
Yeah, Master Mercy.
Yeah, no, Master would be.
Yeah, work on that alliteration.
Oh, it's his regalia. Would be, you know, his for like his messages in the wax seal would be MM.
Mhm.
Yeah, MM.
with
Mystery man.
peanuts or without peanuts.
Mystery man.
Like alter ego.
Hmm.
Like superhero, supervillain, anti-hero name.
Who could it be? Mystery man. It's a mystery.
Dark.
Yeah.
Oh, for your mask, when you turn into Mystery Man, you need the eye patch, but also on the other eyes, you double eye patch.
All right, that's great. Dark. Is the Reverend Mother hanging around currently?
I presume you're in particular looking about your current condition.
Yeah.
We'll
Now
be
that we
able to
have
let
a
you
little
know.
bit of reprieve. Yeah.
Well, let me welcome everyone officially back then to our session.
Yeah.
The Blood Bonds, A Tale of the Ashen Court. Of course, last time you helped repel the initial invasion as it came across your border from Drukal's End, using creative use of magic and the skilled forces of Eliza's winter soldiers to keep them at bay for the time being. You've managed to hold them back and stop them encroaching further in the Freyfrost. Meanwhile, your allies, the Lady Duchess of Silverswift, has arrived, though informing you that her own army has been delayed,
Uh-huh.
as it does appear that, well, while they have successfully managed to, well, you had successfully managed to get Count Ander to perhaps see light in you, it does appear that Duke Alcend has sent his own force to occupy his castle, preventing it being a simple handover.
All right.
For the time being, the group has had a chance to pull back away from the front lines while things seem to be at a stalemate, to be able to recuperate and get ready for the next operation. Heading back up to, of course, your capital in Sorkai, through the icy mists that gently surround the area in fog. It's been a few days. So I believe some of you want to do some things, because...
Yep.
So you wish to speak to some of the priesthood, Balky?
Indeed. I have a hole in my soul and I wish to fill it.
That does sound like an inconvenience.
Yes.
He's tried drinking profusely, but it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Needs to find Jesus.
You can go and speak with the local clergy,
Yes.
who will sit you down and take an examination of you. And indeed, finding for the worse, it does appear that part of your soul has indeed been siphoned off. A small fraction of it eaten by whatever terrible force it was you encountered down in the basement underneath the city.
That is inconvenience.
Yes, to say the least. It is treatable, however.
Okay.
It will require 100 gold pieces of diamond dust, however, for a greater restoration effect.
Sure. I mean, can I pay 100 gold for the diamond dust, or do I need the?
You can.
Yeah, I'll pay 100
Your group
gold.
has enough connections that you can purchase diamond dust, likely from your dwarven allies.
Yeah, I'll do that for sure. I have gold spare.
In which case, they will take our Lord Master Mercy to the temple, sitting him before the holy cross on the wall, and will beseech the gods, placing a hand gently upon your chest, right above your heart, as you feel a divine energy wash through you, restoring that lost fragment of soul to you, as you very briefly feel the ever-familiar power of the divines wash over you.
Hallelujah.
It's a bit of a disconcerting experience for him because I don't think divine magic is something that is
I mean, I imagine at this point you're somewhat used to the lay on hands from Amonis, but
true. But this is more of a direct link kind of connection almost from a cleric, right?
Yes.
Instead of a paladin. or something.
Amonis is very much sourced from himself, less than it is directly from the gods. This is direct font to the god.
Yeah, scary.
No, it makes a believer out of you, right? When
But the All-Maker's blessing is channeled through you, and your vitality is restored.
hooray.
Great. Get those hit points back.
That's the thing about
Actually,
D&D religion. It's unequivocally real.
yes, you cannot deny the existence of the gods, though you can choose to disrespect or ignore them.
Yep.
Keep
It's hard to
Ceres.
ignore when clerics like call down actual like lightning
Yeah,
from the skies.
Yes,
and stuff. You're like,
so-
no.
Yes, but at the same time, so can a normal mage.
that's true. Yeah, and that's like I think that's where Ceres's like whole thing is like we don't need to worship these things.
This,
They exist,
Um,
sure, but we don't need to worship them. Like,
I mean, this is definitely a philosophy of kind of how atheism would really work in something like D&D.
Mm.
Because atheistic characters would exist, but they would be people who do not view the gods as bodies of worship. They just view them as insanely powerful creatures, but not something
Yeah.
to venerate.
Yeah.
You know, it's no different than an extremely powerful dragon or something like that.
Sure.
With that definition, any sufficiently high-level D&D character becomes an atheist because they realize that they can just punch the gods in the face.
Uh-huh.
Except the cleric who still choose to believe in their god, but not the rest.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And I can, if I become powerful enough, I will become a god.
You just realize that gods are just a higher level than you.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
you
no,
reach their
exactly.
level,
They're like
you're
epic
"Ah,
levels.
whatever. Yeah.
I can, powerful enough, and I can have domains.
And honestly, at that point,
I
if you
could be
got
a power
domain,
source.
you know,
I can be a power source.
Yes.
Arguably, I am with Arkland's like oath of kings, or oath of the crown.
Yeah, I mean,
Ah.
in a sense.
Need more paladins to become a deity.
Yes, I need a holy order, like 20 paladins.
well, at the moment, you only have one sworn to you and 2 in your service.
Oh, who was the 2 in my service?
Well, Gillian, right?
Yes.
Oh, I thought he was a fighter.
He
Sorry.
is, he
Oh,
is
he's a
primarily a
paladin.
fighter, though he has been taking steps to steps on the road of paladinhood.
All right.
Though it's
Fired him.
very weak steps at the moment.
Yeah, I will definitely. That will be encouraged, certainly.
He's still having a slight lack of faith after the destruction of his entire ideals.
Oh
But
yes. Well,
It happens.
As it stands, though, it's been a path he has certainly been he's certainly been tentatively touching.
you can see the truth now. Real power.
The question is where his oath will truly be, but that's a different issue.
Yes. Vengeance, maybe.
Vickers though his vitality restored by the blessings of the gods.
Awesome.
The all making can give, assisting you here.
Great.
Reverend Mother has been a staunch supporter. I appreciate her.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
great.
100%.
Maybe we should put her on the council at some point.
In other news, you'll be glad to know no mages or similar things have teleported into Sorkai,
Oh, that's good.
to your knowledge.
That is good.
Wonderful news.
Because it does have to be to your knowledge, but you can assume that's correct. Fair.
Right.
Yeah, that was a mistake, certainly.
And so everything is kind of going underway. At this time, you couldn't just tell them, no, you're not allowed in. But still, unfortunately, this is just a risk in the D&D universe. Is in theory, anyone can be a focus for teleport now.
Yes, we did not realize that our opponents had such powerful magics.
I mean, thankfully, only a handful of individuals can do it, which is the important part.
No, still.
One day we will be do it.
So we need to just
Yes.
kill everyone who can, and then we're fine.
Both Ceres and Amanas clearly remembers the palace interior, for example. The solar palace, the grand seat of the.
You would know that at least traditionally you did. There were people on staff who warded the palace grounds from teleportation.
Ah, phooey.
Direct teleport to treasury and steal it all.
Except for Amanus's secret debauchery cave.
Oh, yes, the secret debauchery cave, of course.
In theory, if that has not been discovered, there might still be unwarded locations.
That was for when he wanted to be debaucherous, but of course the stupid advisors that were just lingering around everywhere. There was such spoil sports. He had to have somewhere to get away.
Yeah, no, Vickers has smuggled many a damsel.
What? No, what?
Yeah, into the debauchery cave.
Yeah, into the debauchery cave.
Yeah, not for my sake, for you.
Me.
Yeah,
of course.
Dark times of this kingdom's rule.
I looked over to you and mouthed DC for debauchery cave, and Vickers just sighed and is like,
A single tear rolls down his cheek as he walks away.
He's so disappointed.
I give a life oath, and for what?
Yeah, look at this.
Now look how far we've come.
Yeah, look at us now, huh?
No debauchery cave in sight.
Nope.
How far we have fallen.
You know, as far as we know, no debauchery cave.
Oh,
you guys haven't been in ambassador buildings.
Yeah. It's just that plot centric like whorehouse from Game of Thrones. That's basically what's in there.
That's what's in there. Hey, the people that come to
Where
visit
Littlefinger hangs out.
are so happy to come to Sulkai.
We have actually a pleasure house, don't we?
Yeah,
we built that.
You do.
This one's more exclusive.
We do. Excellent. We can. The cave can be arranged if needed. So, we were planning on going in, taking out one of their generals, right?
Yes, you have heard reports that Duke Alcen's primary general is responsible for the holding of Reichhold's city. And he is the occupying force over there. But it does mean he's separated away from the Duke and the rest of his important advisors.
Well, certainly a time to strike. I think, if I remember correctly, that the plan was to leave the Duchess and let's see here.
Leave the Duchess alongside your Field Marshal, Sir McFrey.
Yes, McFrey and
Countess Eliza as well.
Yes, I think we left Eliza as well.
Have them maintain the front while you go and execute a sting operation.
Yes, I also believe that we will bring the Reichhold Duke, who I'm now forgetting the name of.
Ander.
Yes. We will bring Count Ander with us because he knows his own palace and can probably find us a really good way in. Also, I believe he's a skilled fighter and can probably help us out if we run into trouble.
I've added Count Ander onto your court for the moment.
Yes. If we, what is it? Is it Torin or who? One of us, I think, can consider an opponent to figure out like if he's tough or not.
Yeah, that's Torin.
Torin can do that.
Yeah, is Count Ander tough?
Let's see. I'm going to find out what exactly I am allowed to do.
I think it's see if you can take him in a fight or something like that.
You get to to actually get.
Which I just love the idea that Torin, every time he walks into the room, I like the idea he spends 50 actions just to check everyone in the room if he can I take them in a fight.
He just
Yeah.
eyes everyone up and down like, yeah, I could take you. Yeah.
Okay, spend at least 1 minute observing. The DM tells you if the creature is equal, superior, or inferior in regard to 2 of the following statistics: strength, dex, con, AC, hit points, total class levels, fighter class levels. So,
Total
how
class
about his total class levels and his hit points, Doug?
Total class level 1 hit points compared to Torin.
Yes.
Let me have a look.
What was it? Lesser, about the same, or superior?
Yeah, equal, superior, or inferior.
Hmm.
Let me see here.
Also, I'm not at full hit dice. Should I be? I think I should.
Yeah, we had a long run.
You have a chance for a long rest now if you'd like to take one.
Yes.
He is superior in level, but inferior in hit points to you.
Hmm.
What?
Oh, so he's not
Well,
high
he-
in con?
He probably doesn't have your super con of 18.
I guess.
Oh, he's a class that doesn't get that many hit points.
Oh,
Yeah, it's true.
He's
I mean,
he's a wizard.
What?
he's a peasant level
He's-
1.
he's not particularly
Level.
charismatic, is he? I remember he was quite a bit of a.
I mean,
He's been a very, very straightforward individual.
Yeah, he's quite.
Either way, if he's higher level than us, then he's gonna be a competent fighter.
Yeah.
What type
Whatever
of
he
weaponry
can
and armaments does he have?
He has got. Let me get his.
This is where he's a
up.
paladin. But most of his
I was
stats into
guessing a
strength
knight,
and
like
charisma.
yeah, potentially.
His weapon appears to be a relatively normal-looking longsword, though its hilt it does seem to be engraved.
Hmm.
He does not seem to carry a shield with him, though he does appear to be equipped. He does be equipped in heavy splint armor.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Sort of a fighter type-ish.
Fighter type, yeah. I mean, I'm sporting on. I mean, Ranger seems odd, but
Not with
Possible.
splint.
not with Splint, I guess. So
That's,
what
that's,
it
that's
would
fighter or paladin, pretty
Fighter or
much, or
paladin.
barbarian, I guess. But I don't see why.
it's a bit weird for
Can he have?
that
Can
kind
it
of
be
person to
barbarian
be.
for Splint?
I guess
Yeah,
they have.
They
Well,
can wear medium armor. I
Can
think.
they?
Yeah, they can.
The problem for barbarians, I believe that rage does not work in.
Yeah. I don't think rage works in
No,
armor.
it is the unarmored defense that doesn't work.
Oh,
with
that's it.
armor.
Yeah.
maybe he's like a blade bar or something. Those are cool.
Oh, that would be. No, because that would mean charisma. He's not very charismatic,
I mean,
That's
he might,
important.
Right.
and that also puts out paladin.
ranger, druid, barbarian fighter.
I don't think he's a druid.
No.
Maybe he's a fighter with
The dex.
Uh,
Strength.
yeah, deck. Well, I
Lean.
would go splint then. I'm thinking maybe he's a fighter, an eldritch knight.
Oh.
If he's smart, and then he has like a one-bladed sword, and then he has one hand free, so he can cast spells.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I like that. Yeah, that would make sense of why he wouldn't have much con. He'd probably put it.
You know-
Have you
He's smart.
considered asking him what he does?
Nah.
No.
We will see it in a fight.
I mean, if you would like to figure out more clues about them, I could allow someone to roll me a perception check.
Actually,
Aw.
before we do, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to use my divine sense to see if he's a fiend, undead, or celestial.
He is none of the above categories.
He is
okay.
he is a
Dark, I
minor
will
god.
take you up on your offer. Vic can just give him a bit of a go over.
Can
He
my
is none of the
cat-
above categories.
Can my cat do it?
I will not allow your cat to
23,
in this
oh
case.
my god. My Tressum is very perceptive, I'll have you. I need some wisdom.
Let's see, is that 23?
Yep.
23. I'm just going to double check something. Let's see what you do notice on him a very, though it's minor, you do notice a slight bit of blackening when he's in the camp with all of you
Oh.
on the edge of his veins, which does indicate he does seem to have had some interactions with mana crystals in the past.
Right, it's like some evidence of that he's suffering blights slightly.
Yes, so it's very minor.
Where is it located?
On the on it appears to be his offhand.
Well, if he was a caster, it would be both. It seems like maybe he's a fighter caster, so maybe Elder's Knight might be.
Yeah. He's the Liam of this universe.
Yeah.
Well.
Well, EKs are very powerful, if that's what he is.
Yeah,
They are.
Deadline, yeah.
Oh my god.
Right, you're in. Congratulations. I assume he has no objections.
He has no issues you helping kick his previous lord's butt.
Awesome.
I'm sure it'll help his knee bend later.
He has already basically pledged, like, remember I rolled like natural 20 to convince him
that's
at the
true.
coronation. He
Yeah,
just
but he needs to actually do
starstruck.
it. Yeah.
I mean, it's true. But he, as far as I understood it, he believed me. You know, he believed that Amenas is the rightful king and stuff. So it's...
Let's take back his place first that he actually has, and then and then
let's,
as a show
let's
of
let me,
gratitude.
let me show you what the kingdom can do for you. Yeah, I am pretty much ready to roll out, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Good.
Ask if it's possible to acquire a magic item, or is it after the war?
You are able to. You have some time here if you wish to go and acquire some stuff, and there are also some other things you may want to deal with in here. So, is there anything particularly you were looking for right now?
Yes, I would like to get Ring of Mind Shielding, which is a uncommon ring.
Let me have a look then. Ring of Mind Shielding. Yeah, uncommon.
Yes.
Wait, we can buy magic items?
You can attempt to search for magic items at least.
Yeah.
Ooh,
If there's a particular one you want, you can attempt to search for one.
Easier in like the
Maybe.
massive cities, like Silver Swift.
I hadn't even considered that as a possibility.
It is a possibility open. One of the nice things about ruling a kingdom is you can basically send out feelers saying, "Hey, is anyone selling this?"
Yeah. I think like there must be a way we could also send like people to go look for things in, say, like Silver Swift Port. Say like, hey, I'm looking for this. It's not here. I want you to go find that thing.
Yes, that is definitely something you can do. Is you can send out feelers to try and look for common magic items and stuff like that, or uncommon magic items.
Yeah.
The more rare an item is, the more difficult it'll be actually finding it.
Obviously.
Ah, yes, a ring of wishes, please. No.
I mean, you wish.
Rolls a nat 20.
wish, exactly.
He found it.
Yes, but the difference is, even if you roll that 20, so you succeed at finding it, it might still take them, 4d12 weeks to find it.
Yeah.
One cloak of the phoenix, please. I just get reborn every time I die.
I mean, I guess then I need to make clones of you.
But yeah,
We
let's
were
see,
working
Ring of
on
Mind
that.
Shielding, uncommon item.
Yeah, Me and Persephone are gonna find a way.
Right, in that case, So you can certainly, certainly an item you could try to find.
Yeah. Investigation? Or like persuasion?
It could be persuasion and investigation. You could be fine for this.
Like technically my persuasion balances. Let's talk to it. Oh,
Well then,
Well then,
well then.
Well,
bring wishes, here we come. I mean,
So Lady CL has been asking around the last few days here in Sorkai. In particular, has very likely taken a trip down to the Venetian trading house run by, of course, Mikaru Sai,
of course.
yeah.
the catfolk, tabaxi merchant who runs the place. And after a little negotiation, and speaking to some of his contacts, one of my associates does seem to have what you're looking for.
Ooh.
Wonderful.
Now, the important part is price, though.
How much? Let's say my upper limit is, well, I don't want to tell my immersion my upper limit because he was going to ask my upper limit.
Yes.
A moment of thought.
Let me rephrase.
A Cheshire cat-like grin appears on the tabaxi before you. Ah, well, it was worth a try at least.
Let's start few hundred gold as a vague starter.
I'm just double checking what D&D Beyond's.
I think it's 1d6 times 100 for uncommon. I know in which book it is. It's in the Xanathar's Guide of Everything.
Yeah, I know it's in Xanathar's Guide. I'm just trying to find it in Xanathar's Guide right now. Xanathar's Guide. There we go. Purchasing. That's the section I'm looking for. Hmm. 200. 400.
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
400. Okay. Mind shielding is the one that prevents you from being scryed, right?
No, it prevents me.
You're immune
creatures
to having your
that
thoughts read, using magic to determine if you were lying. Magic to determine your creature type.
Hmm.
Creatures can only telepathically communicate with you if you allow it.
Mm-hmm.
The ring can also be used to turn invisible for a very short time.
Huh?
it is the ring can be turned
Ring turns
invisible.
invisible.
The
not
ring
the
turns
person.
invisible for a short
Yeah,
time.
Yes. But it also has a possibility to house a soul.
Oh.
Yes. So if you die, you can put your soul in instead of it getting it ripped away.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Ricardo grins as you agree to the price, knowing he's going to get a good commission on this.
Darn it.
As within a few days, a meeting between you and some kind of very pompous-looking noble occurs. She seems happy to give you the ring in return for the bag of coins.
Yeah, I'm happy to pay.
And Mikaro taking his cut off the amount of money you agreed across. With the brokering done, though, you are now the proud owner of the ring.
I will attune to it as fast as possible.
If any character wants to try and search for items, that's always a thing you can try.
I do, in fact, want to do that.
Is there a particular item you want to look for?
Yes, but Velka, you had something?
I did, but you go first if you know what you want. I'm still thinking.
Okay. You know, Torren, being the ever dutiful warden that he is, needs to be ever vigilant and spot things. It would like to look for the eyes of the eagle. It's just a fancy pair of glasses that gives you advantage on wisdom perception checks.
Huh.
It is an uncommon major tier item. I have no idea what that means for me, but he'll ask around, maybe.
In this case, you don't need to make a skill check. Someone in the city is already selling this.
Oh, that's
Oh.
convenient.
It was actually funny enough on my base item list.
Oh. That's nice.
Which is fair enough. So it doesn't take long of Torin asking around, like, oh, wait, someone actually not selling this.
You know, he probably doesn't know that those things exist, but he just stumbles on them and just like, oh, I need that.
As they are currently being sold by one of the city's more conservative nobles, Lady Marjorie Dar. And a rather old but well-respected noblewoman living now in your noble quarter of Sorkai, having purchased a winter home over here. As Torin approaches, though, she look to the warden. Do come in. Do come in. Make yourself at home. Is this a response to my advertisement?
Why, yes, I was made aware of it. I don't want to make this a long affair if it doesn't have to be. Tell me your price and I'll tell you whether I can pay it.
Straight to the point.
I do believe that we all would benefit from a warden who can be more vigilant than his normal eyesight would allow.
I can agree. I would prefer my house to be protected and not vandalized. For a fine guardsman of our city. 35 platinum sounds good. I assume that's not too much for our esteemed warden to pay.
Vastly outnumbers my salary, but I have savings. The price is acceptable.
She will head upstairs and fetch them out of her dressing room. And we'll conduct the trade with you right then and there.
Wonderful. This shopping is great. What else is on this easy to get list? I have all the attunement slots left.
Yeah.
Well, now I have one left, but still.
Yeah, but you had quite a few unattuned items, didn't you?
I have a lot of items that don't need attunement.
You had the boots of levitation. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's the only attunement item.
Other things that were currently for sale was a +1 suit of chainmail.
Okay.
Not that interesting.
Magic armor and magic weapons tend to appear quite frequently. To no one's surprise.
Yes, makes sense.
For some reason, two potions of poison resistance are on sale
Okay.
within the city's market. Was there anything else of particular interest? Don't suppose anyone wants a +1 sickle?
I mean, honestly,
No.
any potions I'll just buy because they're never not useful. Poison resistance, sure. How much?
Let's see, potion of poison resistance is... One second. What's that command? They're 50 gold each.
Sure.
There you go. You have potions of poison resistance. Drink them, you have 1 hour of resistance to poison damage.
Cool. How do I get them on my sheet? Is that something you do?
I can add them to your sheet, sure. It will
Wonderful.
let me. Otherwise, I can always import them off D&D Beyond as required. But
Oh right, I can that there. I guess this whole having a character sheet in 2 places is really messing with me.
there you go. I've added 2 potions of poison resistance to your sheet,
Wonderful.
and you wanted the Eyes of the Eagle.
Do.
Are they on the sheet? They are on the sheet. They have a really weird picture though for some reason.
So you're adding them in Foundry, and I'm adding them on D&D
Yes.
Beyond.
I don't have access to D&D Beyond for your stuff, but I have access to Foundry. So
Good.
Make sure you add it to D&D Beyond later, so when it's imported, it's not overwritten.
And that right now.
Yeah, I have added for both.
Okay, with that character maintenance out of the way, I think there's a water fight, isn't there?
Well, I'm also looking for some.
Oh yeah. Well, sorry.
our spy master would like to now peruse the streets.
He would also like to find something that he probably already had when he was working for the Empire. He would like to find some boots of elven kind.
Boots of elven kind. They're not currently within the city, but you can attempt to find them.
All right. What do I need to do?
Well, partly depends on the method you want to take. Like, are you asking your contacts to go around? Are you personally kind of bartering and shopping?
That's a good question. I'm pretty sure I could probably find someone who can source it for me. As in like I have contacts with the local thief element. I'm sure there's someone I can find there that can broker me a deal. If I offer the gold to them.
Ask the underworld, as it were.
Yeah. Might as well pull out my contacts, right? That's my whole thing.
If you want to pull in your underworld contact, why don't you give me a... Let's go with sleight of hand for this.
All right, sure. Let's do that.
You're under the table deals and such.
Yeah. That's a natural one. Oh well.
I'll put this on the table for you. Your underworld contacts do not currently know anyone selling them. They could get hold of them for you, but it may be less than legal.
Right.
I'll leave that up to you if that's how you want to do that. If you just
Uh,
leave it for now and keep searching.
um.
Or have them do misdeeds.
Would this misdeed be in Sorkai itself or elsewhere?
I mean, look, they know some people down in Freyfrost.
Okay.
I'm sure Lady Eliza's people won't mind, right?
No. We're in the middle of a war. Be a bit awkward to also be embezzling from our allies. So
You'll
I'll
just keep searching for now.
yeah, I'll keep looking for now.
Okay. So for now, you've not found them. You can always try again. However, when we have another like kind of stint.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, that's it for me then. I'm good to go.
Very well.
Actually, there's one thing I might see if I can find. But I don't
Oh.
know if I would, because it's quite an obscure one. But the Bloodwell Vial is very good for sorcerers. And something Ceres would be would want to look into. They come in 3 varieties: uncommon, rare, and very rare.
You currently cannot find them.
Mhm.
But you will find out why.
Because it's blood magic?
No.
No?
Though certainly they aren't produced often because they are associated.
The fucking Duke's been taking them, hasn't he?
You know how the Duke has a large number of sorcerers in his army?
Oh, bastard.
They've all been bought up. Oh, the
I mean,
market.
now you know where to steal them.
It's true. They're gonna have them.
They've got to have
So
them, right?
many blood vials.
They're going to have some of them, to be sure.
Oh.
Is it a consumable or is it a?
No, it's a wondrous item you can attune. Basically it gives you bonuses to spell attacks, to saving throw DCs, and when you recover hit dice with hit points via hit dice, you gain sorcery points.
Oh, so it's like an interesting arcane focus magical
Yeah.
item thing.
That sounds
Which I also have to
dicey.
note, because Torrent's armor lets you spend hit dice in the middle of combat, that's a really interesting, like...
Yeah,
situation.
and
Yeah,
you
it's an interesting
regain
synergy there.
5 sorcery points when you spend a hit die.
Jesus.
So
That
many.
is-
It is pretty good item.
It's
Which-
such a good item.
If you have a way to spend sorcery points in combat, it gets very interesting.
Yeah.
And I spend them all the time.
Does that mean you could get? What's your max like sorcery point when you
My
wake
level.
up? So 8.
8 at the moment, yeah.
So 13 total. How much is your pound? 3?
What?
Your Hound of Ill Omen, how much is it?
Yeah, 3.
Okay, so you can have
It's 3 of
four,
those.
you can have 4 active at once.
Yeah, and quickened spell is 2 sorcery points.
That's pretty
Twinned
good.
is the spell's level worth of sorcery points.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, it
Good,
can
yeah.
get crazy good. With that sort of synergy, and like having a +1 to attack rolls, and like save DCs as well. I
Yeah.
just bump my save DC up. Is just that's strong.
All right, well, let's look out for them.
We'll find it one day.
Come on, yeah.
I'm sure. The Ceres will still want to send someone to go look for a producer of them, maybe. But yeah.
Sadly, production of them is fairly limited, but
Yeah.
you still ask around.
Apparently Danza doesn't like the tabaxi.
I can see why.
What?
He only does his best to serve the realm while lining his pockets.
Mm.
I don't see what's not to like.
I mean, Ciela approves our cat merchant. He's very useful.
In addition, there are some individuals who would like to speak to the council before, speak to the court before they leave.
Oh,
Yeah.
these
Alright.
people are so
Keep
needy.
away. How dare they need to talk to us?
Frankly, there are not too many. Don't worry, they'll not interrupt your. They will not interrupt your warmongering too much.
Good. Prepare the teleport spell.
The first person asking for a brief audience is Lord Shill.
Of course.
Okay.
You can choose to just outright reject before hearing him if you prefer.
No, let's hear him out.
Come on, let's hear him out.
This is Lady Tenaniel's problem, so let her face the consequences for once.
Is there a second one?
Hey, you know, I can just send him away if he keeps being bothersome. But he's fine at the minute.
You are cruel, master.
Shell
No
is
one-
carried in by his manservant and gently put down.
No one ever said that I am a nice woman.
As,
That
You're
at,
a
that
nice
is
one.
true. That is true.
At least anyone who knows me.
as at the bottom of the stairs, the sentient tortoise is put down. Currently, gleamed with some gold jewelry around him.
I don't understand where he gets this money.
It's a good question.
I haven't given him a copper.
You haven't.
Like, he's
an attraction
gained,
in himself. People just pay him.
the only
see
thing
him.
he has gained from me is sentience.
He has somehow found a way to earn money.
Don't understand it. What do you want?
Alright, well. Yes, Lord Shell.
What can you do for us, Lord Shell?
Members of the court. In light of your war efforts, I have brought a gift.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a very quick way to the king's heart.
It's not a bad start.
It isn't. Unfortunately, it is not much compared to an army, but I hope it will be acceptable. As he kind of tilts his head back to his manservant, who seems to be holding a scroll case.
Oh, okay.
Okay. If I remember right, he's some sort of like divine soul sorcerer or something like that.
It's a scroll of time stop. Oh.
Yeah. All right. What's the scroll?
The manservant will head up the steps, but then kneel for someone to take it from him.
I'll take it just in case it's a trap. I'm taking it.
It's a scroll to turn an enemy to your side. Something I think the way useful. It's a scroll of level 4 charm monster.
Oh,
Oh, well, sure.
All right.
If he throws a big creepy crawly at us, we can use that to dash his plans, potentially.
Mm.
How the heck he got this?
There's no question. Does the divine soul sorcerer sentient tortoise that somehow gets gold out of nothing? Right? I think questioning him is not a good thing anymore.
Presumably made his money like being a party favor type.
Yeah.
Like, well,
Koto is very charismatic. That's all I have to say.
the crown accepts Lord Shell's generous offering.
Maybe he could be a second ambassador.
As the turtle bows his head slightly, is picked up by his manservant, and is carried gingerly out of the room.
I reckon I could find use for him.
Yeah, I mean, apparently, yeah. As I said, maybe a second ambassador. He seems surprisingly charming.
Yeah, he's pretty charismatic, and I'm fine with using him in that regard.
The problem is that in any real scenario, if we sent a turtle in to negotiate, we would be a laughing stock forever.
Absolutely, yeah. That is the problem.
I
with
mean,
him.
he can talk in the home turf where he's known, and
Well, I mean, then he becomes less of an ambassador, and he becomes more of like what? Like, I'm trying to even think. I'm looking at the list. Consul? I think that's the role.
He becomes like more an aide for the consul. Yes, in soothing the hearts and opinions of your populace and nobility.
I reckon he could be pretty good at it, you guys. Honestly,
yeah, he's pretty good at
I
it.
reckon he could be pretty good at it.
Holy turtle speaking to the people.
It's absolutely insane, but okay.
Please, King, accept this.
As
Decide your hatred.
As it stands, he hasn't asked anything for you. He simply offered tribute in this case. That's all.
We'll take it under advisement.
All right. That's what we're dealing with.
I mean, I'm sure Amnesty appreciates tribute. So
Tribute is always welcome. It's a good way. Yes.
It's like the best way to a man's heart is through his stomach. The best way to the king's heart is through monetary gain.
Yes.
All right. Well, who else wants to see us? I guess.
the next person who wants to see you is a rather unusual individual in this sense. It's
He's a pattern.
Shaela, the priestess for the Lady of the Crimson Flame.
Oh.
Oh, hey.
Mm.
Oh, she's all about vengeance or revenge or something, so maybe she likes this war.
Maybe?
I presume you will allow her audience.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
The foreign priestess heads into your court. She makes a slightly respectful motion, though not the traditional one for the court. As she I will be brief if you will allow me.
Yep. Go ahead.
I have already seen a number of your forces returning back injured, harmed. The war starting, I see. I will offer you no aid in the upcoming fight, but it pains me to see your people injured this way. Am I able to offer assistance?
Well, you will not turn away free healing, I believe.
No.
Well, I think she's earned enough trust. I mean, we haven't heard anything of her doing something.
She's
Weird,
not done
so-
anything wrong yet, has she?
No. I think she's earned enough trust to let her, help our people out a bit more.
That's fine. She still has like a chaperone following her around. Keeping an eye on her so she doesn't like proselytize weirdly, because I don't want it to be like a, oh yes, you seem to be injured and bleeding out. If you swear to me and my God, I will help you. That's sort of a extortion racket that we don't want necessarily.
In the light of my Crimson Lady, I shall ensure your forces are healed the best I can.
Very well then. We look forward to your divine work.
She nods her head, bowing slightly. She has been watched over by some of your people. Her proselytizing has continued, though they haven't necessarily, there's no court, they haven't seen like a cult or anything like you were worried about so far.
That's good.
Right.
Though certainly she does seem to have converted some of the lay populace. But
I mean, that's gonna happen.
that's part of proselytizing. That's
That's what she wants. Like,
We want somewhat of religious freedom.
yeah, we just don't want people to be like, this is the only religious freedom you're allowed to.
she's not. She's not. From what you can tell, she's not asked for like big boons of her followers or anything.
That's good.
Though there does appear to be a small group of a small group of townsfolk who seem to be frequently returning to her sermons.
Of course.
She's gained a religious following.
Free magic healing is always good.
I think so.
Those are the only two petitioners who want to come to your court at the moment.
All right. The show on the road.
Okay then. You make plans then to set out to Reichold then. It'll be several days travel for your group on the road. Are you going alone, or are you bringing any forces of your own with you?
I think this is like a surgical strike, right?
Yes. That's the plan, I believe.
Although, I did throw about the idea of perhaps sending, like, bringing our siege equipment, or like one of our siege units to help in their assault, like from the back. Because I vaguely remember that they could do with it to speed up the assault on the city.
If you only bring a siege, equipment, they can just send a cavalry out and destroy it. So if we bring a siege, we might need some defense.
Yeah, we need to
troops with
defend
it.
it as well, right? Yeah.
The idea is get in, take him out, and then it falls apart, presumably.
We can hope.
Okay, so not bringing any troops with you?
No, we're
The less
bringing
children we have, the better, I think.
we're bringing Ander because he knows the terrain, so he can infiltrate us into the area and into the palace with the the most optimal, road in. I assume.
Very well.
What could be an idea? Not bringing troops, but perhaps we could orchestrate something with the Duchess's forces, where once we kill the general, then they begin their attack.
Your recommendation is likely to go. Your recommendation has been to go to the Duchess's war camp over there.
Right.
You could rendezvous with their forces and see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good, I think.
So I imagine like an assault on the city would go much quicker if it's like all of the troops turn to their general and then it's like, oh no, he just died. We don't really know who's in charge now.
We have a corpse, everyone.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah. I can keep someone connected on the outside and be like, okay, he's down. Like, now is the time to strike. Like, just get the most out of it as they can.
Yeah.
And then when they're pushed hard and they look for their leader, he's dead. And they're like, oh no! So, yeah.
The group begins to make their trek out. Likely provisioning horses from your own stables.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Amnes would ride on his gleaming magic steed or not, but that'd be up to him.
Probably would, yeah.
I think we all have horses from when we started.
Yeah, I said I bought my horse at the beginning.
Yeah, so did I. I've got him.
Still alive, I think. So.
These horses have seen some shit at this point.
They've gone through. Yeah, maybe we should.
Like...
Maybe we should awaken them as well.
Well, Zed had no horses, but I think Sierra can get a horse.
We need to stop bringing animals, awakened animals, into wars. I feel like we're not doing them any favors.
Setting out though, it is a fairly straightforward trek. You know the route. That's no question. It's well mapped. You know it. It's mostly in your territory at the start, after all.
Yeah.
Is the group going to be trying to move simply quickly, or do they want to move quickly but unnoticed?
I would say unnoticed.
Yeah.
Do we still have pass without trace available, or is that a?
That was a Z thing, wasn't it?
Oh,
yeah, that is a Z thing.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
I don't even think it's a sorcerer thing. I don't think sorcerers can cast it.
Druid Ranger.
Druid Ranger, yeah.
Only the good thing that says provide. Better stealth.
The group can attempt me a group stealth check.
Okay. Stealth check.
We are.
I can accept survival alternatively
Okay.
from someone. if you prefer.
Oh yeah, Thorin can do survival.
As with some of your more covering tracks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This isn't going to be pretty at all.
Oh, yikes. Rolls, please, today.
Not bad.
That's not good.
Yeah, this isn't going great.
And from
I mean,
Alan,
it's
either
very
stealth or survival.
average.
It is average, to be fair. I'm gonna say
Stealth or
a survival or stealth, yeah.
It's equally bad, I'm afraid.
Go for it. Do survival, because the heavy armor gives you disadvantage, right, on stealth.
No, that's true. Aha! Natural
Hey!
20!
Told you. Good, easy.
Natural
Somehow
20
King's the
counts as
best.
2. Okay.
Okay, that's good.
I am so survivable.
By some miracle,
Yes.
Amonis alone has prevented the party from getting spotted on your route.
Oh, yes.
You go.
You're welcome.
But technically, Amonis and CL together have done that.
I was
Dragging
just,
Having an
these-
off day, it's my old.
I was
No,
following
Amanus can
Vix's.
have all the victories. Amanus lets the party to survive through this.
That's the story, and we're sticking with it.
Seal's just so guaranteed to succeed anyway that like the king doing is the
Somehow the people mostly giving you away is your spy master and the shadow sorcerer.
Oh, well, I mean, if we went
Yeah.
at night, I'm pretty sure I could, help out in
We
a
travel
way. But
multiple days. There are nights passing there.
Yes,
yeah,
it
but
does
there's
take
also
multiple days to
days.
travel.
There's also
that's why
daytime.
that's why on average I'm average, right? Because it's days and nights. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately, perhaps Saris is still not the most accustomed to this overland travel by horses.
No.
That's true. I mean, I can stealth pretty well on my feet. Probably not on my horse.
I can't fit all of them in a giant bubble of darkness.
Also, a giant bubble dark, it does look pretty conspicuous traveling through the daylight.
Yep.
Yeah,
In the day, it's pretty difficult to
ignore.
Still,
to go on
Amanus
and
knows how to cover tracks, and Seal does her best to try and shh.
Yeah,
out.
good job.
I
Not
think
as stealthy as you could be, but
I
you don't
think
get caught.
Seal uses stealth is that they're like a group of like traveling bards, disguising them. as stealth.
Oh,
The group doesn't get accosted on the road, at least.
that is
Yeah,
great.
you know.
Though certainly not the quietest entrance you could have had crossing the border.
No.
I mean, there are worse options. So
I mean,
pick or choose.
no one called us a stealthy group.
Moving quickly, but as quietly as you can get away with. Through Reichhold's countryside. It's a swift travel you make. Though you definitely take note of what appears to be some of the Duke's forces on patrol through the area on lookout. Small squads and such. Some of them appearingly going through and checking some of the small townsteads for possible intrusions from your forces.
Right.
I presume you're going to just leave them to their business, so you could intercede if you chose to.
I mean, that's
we'll
what the
let
army
them
is
be.
for.
Yeah. So it's their job.
They can deal with that once we've dealt with the general.
In which case, though, you are able to make your way through the territory over the next couple of days in relative safety. You do pass from a long vantage distance away, past the capital of Reichhold itself. A large, very defensible-looking city from a distance. Tall walls surrounded by a ditch and palisades. And you can see from a distance various people on lookout and, well, signs of recent conflict, with parts of the forest actually being burnt by what looks like some kind of magical flame. Unsurprisingly, the Duke's forces do include magic users.
Magic users?
It does appear the Duke's forces contain some.
Well,
I think
But
taking out. The general's probably got his sorcerers nearby. Let's be realistic.
when we hit, we just need to try to hit fast,
Mm.
so he can't like teleport away or get reinforcements too many in.
I mean, if we can keep him from touching his sorcerers, then he can't be teleported away. Like they have to physically touch him. So
you're saying put him in a box.
put him in a box.
Or throw him in a portable hole and close it up and
Well, that'll solve our
Bring him
problems very
outside,
quickly.
and
Actually,
then,
I think he suffocates in there. Actually,
well, I think they can break out easily enough. I don't think you can actually trap someone in there. They can like break through somehow.
I don't think they can break through if you close it.
Yeah,
They
no,
can
I think
break the item, which causes its own problem, but they can't.
strictly speaking, they go into an extra dimensional space. So I don't think
Huh.
you can get out of it once it's closed,
Interesting.
unless you like
Unless you're magic.
planar shift, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, the space within the hole exists on a different plane, so you'd have to like planar shift to get away from.
Right, but if you had like a bag of holding on him and I threw him in there, all hell would break loose, right? So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, any creature inside an open portable hole can exit the hole by climbing out of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I think it's just when it's
A
open.
creature within the hole's extra dimensional space can use an action to make a DC 10 strength check
Yeah.
on a
Oh, okay.
successful
Basically
check.
like
The creature
opening it
forces
from the
its way
inside.
out.
Yeah.
So maybe it's the bag of
Although-
holding that you can't get out of.
Otherwise, that'd be a very efficient
Yeah,
assassination.
it might be some
item.
other like dimensional portable.
I think
Yeah,
it's the bag of holding.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
might be.
It's the no, it is. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, they can survive a number of minutes equal 10 divided by the number of creatures until they start suffocating.
That's fun.
I remember smuggling a blacksmith. Someone smuggling a blacksmith out of his burning forge.
We did
Second
in
frame.
my previous campaign smuggle one of the guild masters out.
Ah.
Because he was like unconscious and we couldn't carry him, but it's like, we put him in here. He's not breathing anyway.
I mean, if nothing else, that is a one way to us get inside. We just go to the hole and one of stealth travels, to the gates.
That's true. That's very risky, though.
If the portable hole is closed, we can survive up to 10 minutes without
And
suffocating.
that's one person. It's 10 minutes of air, so if there's more than one person, you've less.
Keep in
so-
mind that Seal doesn't need to breathe.
Yeah, but the
Right.
rest of us do.
I mean, that sounds like your problem. But yes.
And while Ciel's loyalty is now in question,
No. Take Stacker into the back.
It's never not been in question.
I mean, it is always questionable.
Anyway.
But yes.
Anyway.
you do manage to, though it's sunset, make it to a war camp
Ooh.
that has been set up outside of ballista range of the capital.
That's good.
Obviously, you don't put your war camp in immediate, artillery range.
Yeah.
After having passed, however, through what was a good chunk of burnt forest.
Oh
My
man,
serious guess, fireballed.
that was his trade good. Such a waste. There's going to be another dashing rogue of a leader from Silver Swift.
You have met the Silver Marshal Kiana before. Only briefly. She seemed far less bubbly than her ruler did.
No. I see magic users though.
You are able to enter into the war camp, however, and who do seem rather surprised to see your arrival. But apparently recognizing you, they do not take fire or such. Tokens were loaded properly.
I mean,
Oh boy.
marching like we know the place, like we own the place, I guess.
I mean, yeah.
The guards let you pass as you come in. And it does appear she has quite a sizable war camp. This is only, of course, a small fraction of it, but you can see soldiers, a priest's tent, small little groups of magic users currently gathered and discussing with each other. The force isn't large, and it doesn't appear to be the most martially centric one in the world. Still, it's respectable. As you approach, the Silver Marshal looks over, raising a brow for a moment, but then making a motion to the mage beside her to stand aside. As she looks towards Amanus and salutes. Your Grace?
Amanus nods back and says, Silver Marshal, we have arrived because we have an understanding that there is an enemy commander of some import in this region these days.
Yes. Commander Dax has taken control of the castle.
Excellent. We intend to infiltrate the castle and take him out.
That would certainly provide great aid for our forces. To say the least, he knows this land well and has cut off most attempts at an assault so far.
Amanus nods. Looks over where our dear Count went, but I'm sure he's around.
Let me grab his token. I forgot to copy him earlier when I did this.
We left him back like 4 days ago. He was too slow.
Yeah, he's dead on the road somewhere.
Yeah, he rolled a 1 on his stealth, so he just dropped him.
He got his
I
foot
believe
stuck in the
Count. I believe Count Ander might know the place even better, which should allow us to infiltrate without too much trouble. While
I'll need to go over all the reports of what's happened so far. Figure out what entrances he's covered. The Marshal nods.
I think the general idea would be that the more distraction that can be employed by you, the better for us. The more of his attention that is focused outward towards the siege, the better for our ability to skulk about.
And if you would permit me to establish communication with you, Marshal, then on the moment of his demise, you will know the exact time, which will let you mount an offensive that will keep them harried, confused.
She nods. Information reconnaissance of any kind, especially of knowing of commander's defeat, will allow us to time better. We've currently got the majors sending their familiars out into the field, scouting for us, trying to keep an eye out for movement. He's done his best to fortify, though. He's taken also several precautions to prevent our majors from directly entering the city.
I'm sure we will find a way.
It does appear the commander is familiar with my lady's tactics in warfare.
Amanus didn't actually know that she had any, necessarily.
Kiana has wrinkles her expression for him, but doesn't say anything.
I think the Lady of Silverswift has a lot more tactics than you may presume.
More assumed it was tactics of the court than on the battlefield.
Sometimes they are not too dissimilar.
Sometimes they're very different.
That's true.
Sadly, my lady's tactics frequently involve deploying her own magic to try and bring deception among the enemy troops. I'm sure you have seen before, but her skill in manipulating the perception of others is remarkable.
It's like the party all know how much he has deceived so many people
Yeah.
for so long.
Sadly, it appears his court and their Blackfire mages, she wrinkles her brow, have summoned some kind of extraplanar beings. I don't know what they are exactly. My mages have been calling them portalists.
Calling them what?
Apparently, though, they are capable of piercing their illusions just from sight, as well as any invisibility or similar effects.
Sorry, what nows?
Portalist?
That's what she said.
What does Ceres know of these things?
You can roll me an Arcana check.
I will aid you.
What is a portalist?
I should have put the advantage.
Roll again, then.
Yeah, you can't. Boop. 21.
Ceres has heard the basics of these creatures, portalists. They are an unusual planar entity coming from some kind of they are often described as coming from a maelstrophic rift, a rift in the planes of chaos.
Oh.
These creatures are unusual and rather ferocious to fight, having forms that shift much, their form often altering, say, transforming a limb into a blade. They are known for being able to pierce through illusions, basically just on sight. Being impossible to fool. As well as being highly resistant to transmutations and also being able to pierce such polymorph effects as well.
Right.
Yeah, they're unusual creatures to summon and often rather difficult to summon, but it is doable.
So difficult in the sense of they would have to be keeping this up daily, sort of doable.
There would likely, yes, have to be some kind of ritual being undertaken to keep them summoned.
Okay.
Cortalists have given their chaotic nature, binds do not tend to work on them for too long unless you constantly reinforce them.
Yeah. Which means that some of their stronger casters might be a bit more diminished than they normally would. If there's a decent number of these things around.
We've seen them patrolling at least, which makes it difficult, of course, for us to use our standard tactics of infiltration.
Good old.
Though certainly the commander has not been, certainly was not planning for your arrival, I don't imagine.
We have a tendency to upset plans. Cracks knuckles.
That is what we were hoping.
Amnes will look over to Count Ander and says, "Well then, Count, lead us in."
I need to take a review of what's currently been going on. Look over the battle shops. I'll find an entrance there.
Amnes will nod. And settle down and wait a little bit.
Yes,
I
it's currently
suppose.
sunset at the moment, but certainly your characters are able to take up one of the tents as your own HQ somewhere.
Alright.
If nothing else, I have a suggestion as a way of entry. Though it's a bit of a dangerous one.
I see.
Well, Seal spins with the cloak of bath. With this, I can turn into a bath and carry the portable hole to the city. You just have to survive in the hole.
I think I think that it will
Amnes
take more
blinks.
than a couple
A
of
little bit.
minutes to fly to the city into the keep. Like it'll take more
Can I-
than that.
Is the bat strong enough to carry the hole?
Well,
I
the
think
hole is
you
just a
have-
scarf.
What a fucking sentence, by the way.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Is the
hole is
bat
strong.
strong enough to carry the hole? You're like, what on earth?
It's a
I
scarf.
mean,
That's
It's a
light.
scarf?
Yeah, you
Hmm.
roll it into a circle, and it opens up the portal to the
Yeah,
space.
but if we're talking a creature can survive 10 minutes that can breathe, and we're
I
looking
mean, I
at...
have to only get you outside the
Yeah, hang on,
city
let me finish.
instantly.
Let me finish. We have 5 people, 6 if you want to count Arkland. I don't know if he's coming up. We've got 5 breathing people that will go into that hole. That's, I mean,
2
what,
minutes.
2 minutes. We're not,
Yeah.
we're outside of ballista range. A bat can't fly that far in 2 minutes.
I mean, we can sneak closer, and I can just, hop over the wall.
I think it's a good idea if there is no other way in.
Yeah, I'm thinking last resort. I don't think Ceres would be
Because
keen.
I mean, I
I'll-
said it is
I'll-
dangerous. So,
Yeah, there's a certain aspect of risk to it, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't have merit. Which means that
It's-
I would certainly delegate it to be if we have no other plans or we're in trouble and have no way out, we can certainly use it. But I wouldn't use it as like our first way in.
Of
I'll
course,
tell you,
of course, if you have any kind of plans, you are able to ask Silver Swift's forces if they can aid in any way.
they sure wouldn't expect a bat carrying a hole flying
Can
in.
they ballista shoot the portable hole into
I mean, they have to notice a bat.
So-
Wrap the
so
portable
certainly,
hole.
but certainly a danger is someone on the wall, be it the quarterlists or the just like guards on the wall, see it and shoot the bat.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
didn't
if
you say
get
that?
shot? You drop it, and we're like, oh,
Didn't you say the portalists could just like at will nope transmutation as well?
If they notice it, yes.
Yeah, so that would,
Obviously, traditional
Yeah.
stealth does work on them still.
yeah, that'd be very unfortunate if they notice and then poof, and then you're seal and we're flying in an extra dimensional space away from you.
great.
And then we don't know because we're obviously in an extra dimensional space. We don't, like in a different plane, we don't know that the scarf's falling.
Yeah, my telepathy doesn't work through planar
Yeah,
distances.
so
It has to
you'd
be on the same plane.
You'd
so.
be on your own while the rest of us are holding our breath as long as we can.
Also, yeah, I need
I
to
never said
maintain-
it was a good plan. I said it's a dangerous one.
Sure. It's a plan we can keep in mind for sure.
It's,
But
it's definitely a plan that has options.
options, yeah. Let's see what the count comes up with, then. If if we're stuck, then maybe.
I'm not a militarist girl. I'm a bard singing a story.
Of course.
I mean, that certainly tells a story.
Yeah.
That's almost as bad as someone saying, I want to catapult my bag of holding over the wall.
I mean, if he could do that.
I mean, that's not impossible. There are siege engines, but
Yeah, but we're out of range of those though.
doesn't mean doesn't mean one can't be brought in range to fire.
Presumably under fire.
What if we tie the portable hole to the bat and tie the bat to the ballista ball?
Uh-huh.
We shoot the bat and the ballista ball towards, and maybe it can get loose mid-air and fly the rest of the way at full speed. Maybe that'll do it.
It's
God.
a plan.
Oh my god.
I do worry for CL's like, what, 2 hit points of the bat?
It's fine.
One, I
it's
think
fine.
bat has. I think
I can cast guidance or whatever it is on the bat to give it 5 extra hit points.
Ah, there it is.
10 hit point up the bat.
Yeah.
Although,
Yeah,
can you
it points to bat.
concentrate on a spell when you're in a different plane
Yes.
to the spell?
Yes.
Alright. I don't know how that works, but
Can
okay.
we can get a scroll of false life for the bat.
Okay.
Very healthy
Actually,
bat.
I've got a scroll of false life, so
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, see? Perfect.
It's not an impossible plan.
My God.
Solutions. I
Well,
hear them.
Let's hear if Count Ander has a hole in his wall that hasn't been patched.
As said, he will discuss that and find out with you. Glory, you'll sit on the map. Good horse. For Torin, of course, I imagine Torin, as always, is keeping, he's probably making an assessment himself on the forces and such here.
Yeah, for sure. Looking around, seeing what he has to work with.
The Silver Swift soldiers here, they are, I mean, they're mostly kind of low-trained militia troops. They are, I mean, they have basic training, which, I mean, is basic equivalent to some of your troops at the lower level. The definitely more interesting points around are the Duchess's inclusion of having mage units. It seems like having mages interspersed among her forces. It appears that regular squad formation does include sticking a mage or two in each squad to provide support spells to the unit. As well as having a mage corps, it seems to hold the rear. Sorry, mage corps, a priest corps at the back. As well as several groups of archers out on their flanks, additionally with also mages to support and enchant them.
That's a lot of mages.
She has a decent number. It's not a huge number. They don't appear to be high-level mages, but she has a decent number of at least low-level ones that are capable of assisting. You also take note on the very edge of her camp a small mercenary company sitting up there, which appear to be some kind of sellswords that she has hired in for the war as well. Reliability thereof unclear. They appear to be a very large band of adventurers of their own, perhaps. A mishmash of different individuals.
All right. Seems very respectable, actually.
It doesn't. You know, it does appear that she kept her word in sending a decent force to. Other than that, she does have some siege engines. There are a few ballistae and a few trebuchet on standby. And it does appear that her people have been considering if they need to construct siege towers, potentially. Depending on how the city war goes. It does appear the Silver Marshal has been keeping, you know, her troops in fairly good check, though they are less stringent than I think Torin would like. Like a much looser show overall, but they do appear to be following orders well, even if they're maybe not kept as strict as you would like.
All right.
Okay. Out of curiosity, in the calm as kind of all the Miller as Kiana and Ander are going into are currently planning. Is there anything in particular that, say, Vicus is up to at the moment? What Vicus is going to be doing in the war camp in the meanwhile?
That's a good question. I think that he'd probably want to keep an eye out and see how they actually collect their information, like their reconnaissance setup. And he wants to check and make sure that there's nothing there that is wrong. There's no spies, there's no one that's like siphoning information out, so that they don't have advance warning of us being there. Because if the guy gets word that we're here, then our entire surprise is lost, and he can just entirely stonewall us on our first strike. So I think that's what he's keeping an eye out for. Any suspicious persons.
The camp. You can go around the camp and speak. There are quite a few spies. The camp does employ, all seemingly reporting back to the same captain in the force. Okay. Other than that, there is intelligence being gathered, as you were told, by a number of mages familiars who are either flying around or crawling through the woodlands and such, and bringing back information to their mage masters.
Right.
The benefits of familiars being innocuous animals do make them fairly good scouts.
Very true.
It does seem they have a decent grasp of the enemy forces, which are, to be frank, just a lot outside of the kind of known threat of the handful of Blackfire mages and the Cautelus, seemingly just a lot of footmen.
All right.
Is there anything our sage would be up to in the meanwhile?
Having a
Relaxing,
good night's sleep.
relaxing in
Yeah.
her tent.
Soldiers need to sleep.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Ciel is very good at that.
What else is to be expected of the High Sage, after all?
Of course.
I got nothing. So Ciel is sleeping under the other command guns.
That's absolutely fine. It's mostly just seeing what your character might be up to during your time in the camp. How would our Grand Ambassador be during this?
She's probably gonna flex her people skills actually, and get talking to some people of the army itself. Well, you know, mages, footmen, sort of seeing what they have to say about the current situation, the general, the Blackfire mages. You know, sometimes higher ups don't actually listen to everything in a report, hand wave things off, but you know, the grunts, they talk between themselves. They see things that aren't always picked up by higher ups.
Do you want to give me 2d12?
Two separate?
Yes, two separate ones. A1 and A4.
Wonderful.
You ask around with some of the soldiers, who all seem in very high morale, sitting around the camp. Despite having a few skirmishes that have gone a bit rough, they seem to be in fairly high morale still. Apparently, the casualties have been fairly minimal on their side. They've just simply had issue approaching. Perhaps some overcaution from the marshal. There are a lot of rumours and speculations, however, about the enemy commander in question, as many of them have heard rumours about Sir Dax. He is apparently simultaneously a mage of some skill, as well as a competent swordsman.
Okay.
Apparently, if the troops are to be believed, also, it sounds a bit ridiculous, a dragon slayer.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
If you believe that or not, is
It's probably just a big cave lizard.
but that is the rumor going through the army, that apparently there are stories that they've heard of this one time he headed up the Great Wall of the World and slew a dragon upon its tops.
Probably a wyvern. Else.
It could be like a very young dragon.
It's a wormling, the size of a cat.
It
Poor
still counts
wormling.
as a dragon, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true.
Apparently, though, his primary weapon is not the sword at all, but the bow.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh.
Ew.
Oh.
Made,
great.
which apparently incorporates dragon bone, according to them.
Oh, that's great.
Well,
I mean,
too
all
bad we
right.
don't have a bow user.
You know
He
what's
does.
You know what is great though is whatever distance he can get, I can close it with one spell with someone, so it'll be fine.
Hey,
Yep. Oh yeah, you both have.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I can
Torrent
run really
ways.
fast.
Torrent, you grab Aminas. I'll grab Vicus, and Seal can climb, walk on ceilings, so I'm sure access won't be a problem for her.
And turn into a bat as well.
Yeah, she
And
can
turn into
bat.
a bat, yeah, so, it'll be no trouble.
Exactly.
No one can hide from us. Alright. So, the Duke's allegedly dragon slaying, eldritch knight that uses a bow.
Yeah.
That's what the rumors going around.
Arcane archer, perhaps.
Arcane archer, alright.
Oh, feel bad for him. They suck. Anyway,
Brutal.
Worst class.
believe me, I really wanted Arcane Archer to be good, but they're
just not good. No,
they're not in.
They're not
no.
okay. They're not. All right. Fair enough. And Ceres is too untrusting of literally everyone, so she will be doing a similar thing that the mages are doing with her Tresem, keeping an eye. Because while she might not be able to, yeah, while
looking for invisible things around camp and such.
exactly, while Ceres might not be able to keep an eye while she's talking to people, her Tresem can. She can also, at any time Ceres has anything to eat or drink while in the camp, the Tresem will also come down and check before.
That does not appear to be any of the food is poisoned.
As you know, it's better safe than sorry.
Other than that, it does appear the mages have been given free reign to basically have a creative sit down and think of creative ways to use their magic to disrupt the enemy.
Great.
Ah, yeah, that sounds just like what Ceres enjoys doing.
That was good fun.
Arcane round circle, round table of throwing ideas around.
Arcane think tank.
Yeah.
Or mumbled something. If you rely on creative ideas, that means you haven't planned enough.
No plan survives
Creativeness
contact
is
with the enemy.
Creativeness is only a symptom for lack of planning. The lazy mind is creative. Very like Calvinistic approach to warfare.
I love Tauren.
Lauren's great.
He's great.
How does Amanus prepare while he's in the war camp? Simply stern, polishing his armor?
Since we're going into battle here, he will probably do a little bit of sparring and tutoring of Arkland. Make sure like he is in tip-top shape and everything's working on checking his armor, checking his weapon, doing the same for Arkland, practicing, maybe checking up on Glory, his horse.
Arkland right now certainly seems wide-eyed at the whole war camp situation.
Sure.
He's never quite been in like a full military camp before. It's a very different environment being in a full military camp with all the logistics going on around.
Mhm.
Maybe he needs a. This is how this works. Needs a tour.
Yeah, camp tour.
In fact, it's not like Amanus has been in that many full armies in the past.
No, not precisely. But such a doubt cannot be shown on the face of the king. Certainly. I mean, yeah. Just basically preparing, focusing, doing some training and checking on gear and stuff. He will not really seek anyone out or interact. He picked up that both Kiana and Andrew wants to go over the stuff themselves. He feel like he can't contribute there too much, and these troops are not his troops. So he feels no need to do any inspiration here. He's sure the Duchess pays her mercenaries well enough for them to fight.
Certainly, Amanus's presence here has definitely seemingly drawn some attention from some of the troops who've definitely taken a look over. Many individuals either recognizing perhaps him directly, or if they don't recognize him, perhaps something about Amanus's presence.
Sure.
But certainly Amanus has been getting a lot of looks while in the camp, which largely fill with a healthy amount of respect and fear.
Right.
Oh, we've got to have brought the banner, right? Like,
Would you
Sarah's,
have liked the banner to have been brought?
yeah. Sarah spent some time on a really nice banner that,
You did.
you know, maybe Arkland can.
Around in front of your tent, then
Yeah,
the Phoenix standard can be raised.
magical Phoenix standard. That's really cool looking.
It gently glowing with the blazing symbol.
It was a PR stunt, but you know, might as well
Oh.
make the use out of the money I spent on it.
Yeah, sure.
For purposes of not fully revealing your presence, Arkland's going to choose not to use the full brightness of the banner.
I was gonna
No,
say
yeah,
maybe if that
it's-
is known as the royal banner, then we might be announcing that we're here in a way that we might not want to.
Yeah, the full effects was like it, like almost
You
like
know
a
what?
3D effect to it. Like it.
You
came
know
out.
what? We'll bring that with us, and then we have killed them. We'll plant that on the the banister overlooking the castle.
That's what we
That-
did
the
when we
pre-
took Freyfrost.
It's a pretty demoralizing thing to suddenly have that fire up in the middle of the castle.
Yeah.
Yep. How's Arkland doing? Does it feel all right? Is he nervous?
Nervous, yes, but and there's kind of a lot of your squire kind of under his breath occasionally like reassuring himself.
Sure.
You
Oh.
got this. You got this. But he does seem to be holding it together. He's just a little bit nervous.
That's fine. Let's do some practice rounds here. Get some swings in. Focus your mind, stuff like that. So we'll do a little sparring outside the tent. Soldiers who want to gawk can certainly do that. We are two awesome paladins wielding magical weapons and magical armor. Maybe that's something to
Well,
inspire.
one thing you certainly notice on Arkland is his skill in the magical side definitely seems to be stronger than his martial side already,
All right,
which is interesting.
more of a
That's pretty cool.
charismatic caster, perhaps. Then taking more for Amonas. Honestly, I mean, Amonas is not weak, but he's using gauntlets to keep his strength on parity here.
Yeah. Arkland seems to have a deeper well than you'd expect of a normal paladin of raw magic. It's not a
Ah,
bad thing, though.
oh, interesting. Maybe the oath gives the gift in different ways. Maybe there's some special there. Maybe some unplumbed depths in his soul.
That's that
Certainly, in
oath
terms of
program.
smiting, though, having a deeper well is not a bad thing by any means.
Mhm.
Certainly.
A few hours pass as kind of work continues, discussion underway. It's a little too purple. The marshal and count both make their way to your war tent. Still, obviously, fast asleep in her own area. But that she's been away like all evening. So, as the kind of count kind of pulls open the curtain and kind of steps in, not interrupting. Kind of looks over at the court that's here.
No, no.
He is on his sleeping out of CL.
Just come in.
Everyone's
else,
just like
empty tent.
staring at him like, no, it's fine. Come in.
Ceres is writing down notes from her round table with the other mages.
Yeah, while she's asleep.
They had some creative ideas, such as flooding an area and using air bubble spells to protect themselves.
Ah.
Alright. Yeah.
You know, Ceres only sleeps 4 hours, so she's awake for a few hours longer than any of you guys are. So.
Blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
I can't kind of come inside. Right, I've looked over the battle plans already. Must admit, Commander Dax does know my land better than I thought he would, but he's not perfect. Understandably, my castle was designed to be a fortress. I made sure that there are very few ways in and very few ways out. that can be exploited. Not great when we're trying to siege it, I know, but the best spot I've found may be an approach using the city's drainage system.
Always a sewer, isn't it?
Ceres just like closes her eyes, like shakes her head. Says, "Why is it always the sewer system?"
Understandably, I have even that area is reinforced and designed to stop intrusion. That much is a given. But like any good city, however, there are also passages for bringing in supplies for defenders. Ways that I doubt the commander is fully aware is there. The difficulty, of course, is these weren't designed to be opened from the outside by their nature. I am informed, however, that some of you may have the ability to, much like some of the mages I understand, transport yourselves.
Chris nods, says, "I can even do just a short distance and the other side of a door or something."
It sounds like the perfect thing to perhaps get inside and then open up the door for the rest.
Ceres nods. I could do that. I can even. She sort of like scrunches her nose a little bit. It says, I could even be a bit more spring, I suppose. Or I could send someone instead.
Thick as knots.
Although she doesn't seem too keen on being in spring. Such a task, but yeah. Like begrudgingly will do it if she has to.
This way of approach, while you are going to find resistance, I don't think it's going to be as heavy resistance as most of the other routes you'll find. We did consider trying to use a flying-based route, but given how he's positioned his archers and Sir Dax's own martial ability, I do not find that to be the best option for us. There is a chance he may shoot anyone trying to fly up the sky.
Right. Well, does seem that you've found us quite a useful route.
Narrow passages, though, so we won't really send the army in that way, but that's not what we're looking for, of course.
Yes, that's why we're here. A small team.
Oh, it's gonna be awful. As a note, spring is the season of cheerfulness and celebration.
Yeah, for
Like
once
of
you get to be
merriment.
happy.
She gets to be cheerful. Normally, I mean, she's been embodying summer a lot. Bold, a bit
Yeah.
aggressive, like full of energy. So now she's gonna be oddly cheerful.
Be cheerful about someone's impending demise. That's great. Yeah.
But she's also like forcibly cheerful.
Yeah, well, no, she's going to be like genuinely cheerful, but like it's just going to be odd. Going to be
Yeah,
oddly
it's
cheerful.
been a while. Been a while.
Yeah, and also we're in like in the awkward situation of, you know, stealthily trying to get into a city, but she's just all bubbly and happy and oh.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe you're so sure about it that you're just smiling.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're smiling that you soon can throw a fireball.
That's true.
true. Many things to be happy about when you look for them.
Gonna be very enthusiastic, but okay.
Alright, sounds like we have a plan then.
Do
Do
it. Do it
The
to it.
biggest danger we found is that it appears that they put something in the water down in the drainage. We're not sure what it is. I think something the mages are working on, the byproducts.
Oh, great.
Byproducts. Oh, they're summoning stuff. Could Ceres consider what might they... Because they're trying to summon things from, like, chaos, effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Could Ceres have a ponder of what they might drag through from a similar place? If they were morons about it?
If they're like, we're the best, we're definitely gonna do this just fine.
Yeah, and then they'd roll poorly or something.
Yeah.
You can give a ponderance to it if you would like.
Sing, sing, sing.
Various creatures of primordial chaos are dangerous to summon. Understandably, primordial chaos has a habit of wanting to change everything around it.
Mm.
By its nature, this has interesting effects, to be sure. Many of them enjoying transmutations and polymorphs of their own, while simultaneously toying and polymorphing with others around them.
Yikes.
The effects thereof you can see being problematic, potentially.
Yeah.
However, depending on where they're pulling from, there are also other dangers they could be pulling. Aberrations, if they're pulling truly into the deep chaos,
Oh, yeah, shit.
which could include creatures of much darker origin, depending on how far they're willing to go. And given the Blackfire Mage's reputation, potentially they're willing to pull something quite dark.
And historically, aberrations do like dark, wet places.
They do.
Ah, alright.
There's being some kind of aberration being pumped in is not an impossibility.
Excellent. I'm filled with enthusiasm for this.
Given the supposedly toxic nature down there, you are also, well,
Ah.
be careful.
Yay.
Thanks. And they're gonna attack when the general's dead, right? We're gonna...
Oh, the plan is that I'm gonna keep the marshal in communication with me, and I'll immediately tell her once we strike him down. So
The marshal's plan, at least she wants to propose, is while keeping most of her troops at a safe distance in the unburned parts of the forest, waylay and harass the walls the best she can with small distraction teams. Try to keep some of their attention on the opposite end of the city.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like she wants to risk too many of her troops in the process here,
yeah, of course.
Yeah, no.
but she does want to see if she can have her mages and her scout teams try and cause a nuisance.
Alright.
Just enough of a kerfuffle to draw troops.
Yeah.
I mean, let's do it.
Yeah. Let's get ready for the heist in the sewers.
Okay.
Who am I sending through the door?
Me.
You?
Yeah, I can open doors.
Yeah,
That's my job.
Be the second time I've thrown you through a face step.
Yes.
Get to see you get to see the great Fey plane
Briefly.
for a split second.
But of course, as time works weirdly in the Fae, watch a new grey hero appear.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I'm just here and I have I'm dead, so I'm just skeleton. You got stuck midway. Oh well.
look. It's very
Oh.
rare that Ceres forgets anyone in the Feywilds.
You know?
If you forget me, I'll never forgive you. Because I'd be dead and I can't, so.
You can't forgive me if you're dead, it's true.
Be a
Yeah.
vengeful ghost.
Oh no.
Hey, ghost.
Yeah.
Vengeful ghost with psychic knives.
Yeah.
All the psychic damage.
Probably don't care about the aging effects of ghosts, though.
No.
No.
Might kill other pioneers, but you know. Okay. It'll be up to the group to decide if you want to attack at when exactly the group wants to attack. If they want to set out in the evening here, if they want to wait, or if there's anything else they want to do first, or if they want to do it another time. Time will be yours.
Evening night is pretty great timing, I reckon.
2:15 in the morning.
We all have some element of dark vision, right? I have my goggles.
I
Yes.
have dark vision.
My dark vision is a torch.
Oh yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
right.
Dragonborn don't have dark vision. That's true.
Just breathe fire constantly, you're fine.
Oh,
Doesn't
it's a
That's also
silver.
difficult.
I have a dark vision.
Okay.
So, Thorin, I guess, is the only one.
I mean, if we walk with Torin hand in hand, and then when we get into combat, then we get some light going, we'll be fine, right?
Yeah, sure.
I can have my halo.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be pitch black in there. It might be dim. So it might be
If you would like to speak with the Silversmith mages, they could provide a dark vision spell.
that would be sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Turns out, mage unit does have that as a spell.
That's true.
It's a
yeah.
very useful one. It's a very useful one to give to the troops at night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Such power.
Do that.
Unlimited.
8 hours duration, no concentration. That is an incredible spell.
It's a solid buff, isn't it?
It's
That's
great.
great.
It's an incredible spell that nobody takes because everyone takes a fancy race with dark vision.
Mm.
I mean, you
Or
took a
has
fancy
goggles.
race without dark vision, so
So,
That's true. I'm boring.
you're
I
yeah.
have no dark.
It's a boring race with dark vision.
Yes, one of it can be arranged that one of the mages can provide Torin some night vision.
That sounds great. Let's do that.
Since you're not utilizing the mages for anything else special. So.
All we require is one spell.
If this was a more ludicrous plan, needing more mages involved, then different question. But
No, we're so good. We only need one spell.
you don't
only
want
need
to try
one
a plan of flying in with a bat and a portable holder.
No,
No.
not initially, at least.
Not
think-
unless
think
we
that's,
stumble upon a beholder.
Yeah.
Yeah, Count Andrew will inform you basically once you kind of get through following his instructions to get kind of into the access tunnels.
Mhm.
It will get you inside the city, inside one of the barracks.
Inside a barracks.
Inside one of the smaller barracks, yes.
That would have been my least preferred place to pop into, but okay.
Well,
Well,
you're popping me in there, not you. So
as I said, it was a supply tunnel for getting emergency supplies in.
Yeah. Right, they'll all be sleeping, won't they?
Hopefully, if you've done it right, they'll mostly be asleep.
It'll be fine, everybody.
In which case, yeah. Obviously, then you'll be inside the city. From there, it'll be up to you to decide what to do. If you want to try and go straight for the commander, or if you want to try take out the enemy mages first, or what. But that'll be your decision once you're inside.
Yeah, I'll see
Yeah.
see what's up inside.
see what's up when we get there. Yeah.
What's crack-a-lackin'?
Now becomes the only big question: how to approach the walls unseen.
Using the cover of darkness within darkness.
I
Surely.
mean, yeah, that's the really simple option would be everyone hold hands. Ceres will lead the way. With a bubble of darkness keeping us all safe.
Sure. Do you need a body inspiration for that?
No?
I mean, for the stealth?
I mean, we're literally in a bubble of darkness. I don't know. I mean, maybe. Sure.
The noise to be considered.
Yeah, sure.
I think it's everyone else in the bubble of darkness. I don't think I'm going to need much in the way of stealth checks for everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, give me a bardic
But I might
inspiration.
still say Ceres might still need a stealth check here.
Yeah.
As she's moving the bubble around.
Then yeah, a bardic will probably be useful.
Go, Lady Ceres, you can do it.
How long does your bubble of darkness last?
I mean, 10 minutes, and I can recast it like 4 times if I really needed to.
It basically depends if the group wants to rush themselves or are they willing to take their time.
If we took our time, how many casts do we need?
If you took your time, probably about 20 minutes.
Ah, that's fine. Yeah, take our time.
Fine. Okay. Actually, first before we leave, because I need to talk with the marshal here to establish my psychic link with her. If she agreed or not, I can't remember.
She will agree.
Okay. Let me cast it. This will be a little bit disconcerting if you haven't had this done before, but not to worry.
There is no flinching reaction like most people have the first time they get connected.
Okay. All right. That didn't roll. Okay, 2 hours. Okay, that's not bad, I guess.
If perhaps the no flinching is due to the fact that she's been used to telepathy before or not clear.
I mean, the Duchess herself has used it, so. Okay, 3 creatures. So her, and then. I would say. Amaness. And CL. Would be the other
Sure.
2.
See, allows things to go past. You have this sensation that there's a wall in Steel's mind now.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, the ring.
Like a oh, is it like a drawbridge? That's the.
No,
It's up.
it is more like a solid wall that just comes transparent to you when you let it things through.
Ah, interesting.
The Silver Marshal's mind is very rigid, almost very similar to Torin's in some regards.
Right.
This kind of very rigid, very orderly kind of mental space.
Yeah.
Very distinctly different from how you probably imagine the Duchesses would probably look.
Yeah.
Okay. And then who else was it? So it's CL,
Amaness and CL, yeah.
okay. Psychic bonds being forged then. Okay.
2 casts. Yeah.
Spending 2 casting if you want to take it slow, so you won't take disadvantage trying to.
I
rush
can
up.
give you bardic inspiration for the podcast.
Alright.
That is not a problem at all.
How long does bardic even last? I don't remember.
10 minutes, you have time to use it, so
So, twice.
works very well.
All right.
If you would like to roll me a stealth check, you can.
How much is a bardic inspiration die?
D8.
I might as well just use it. 17's okay.
As the bubble of darkness kind of gently moves along the countryside, approaching the walls. Ever so slowly. Ever so slowly. Everyone else can't see a thing, I believe. I think everyone else is completely blind at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You see, Ceres, from outside your ball of darkness, a small little golden moat on top of the wall suddenly form.
Mm-hmm.
You quickly start flying towards the group.
Oh. I guess Ceres drops the darkness and tells everyone. Or like points it out.
What do you shout to everyone as you see the little golden moat fly towards you?
I don't think she particularly shouts, but when the darkness drops, she sort of points in the direction. Like they're all behind me. And presumably facing in her general direction, but she's not gonna like shout giant ball of light. Oh, light. She's just gonna sort of point towards it.
The tiny moat speeds towards you at rapid speed as you point out to it.
So it's just like a light, just a light.
A tiny little golden light that flies towards you at rapid speed.
Yeah, let's spread out then.
Yeah.
Is it
Where's
like seeking or is it just a point?
Well, it very quickly becomes obvious then as it comes in. And detonates.
Oh, okay.
It appears that someone on the wall saw a giant black sphere and decided to shoot it.
Oh, I was gonna say if my thing had failed, I do have a reroll thing that specifically says if I fail.
What, a skill check?
An ability check. Forget what the
Skill
specifics
checks
are.
are ability checks.
Skills are
Oops,
ability.
it's
Okay,
ability
yeah.
checks, but this was likely an opposed check where I don't know if that really is a failure. Because you just didn't roll higher than the other guy.
I mean, that is a failure though.
Yeah.
I don't know what the definition is.
It says when you
Yeah,
make an ability check that fails, I can spend a sorcery point to reroll the d20.
Up to dark, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm
Bit
not
too late
allowed.
now.
Yeah. Right. Because it could also be worse. But yeah, because I have to take the new roll, but I only rolled a 7 on the d20. It doesn't re-roll anything else but the d20.
Right. Well, let's try.
You can try the d20 again.
So that would be a dirty 20.
Okay.
overall. Might make it better. I don't know.
The defenders on the wall spot you, but not as fast.
Okay.
I presume the group will scatter, seeing a fireball coming towards them.
Yeah. Can you counter spell it? Is it
I mean,
too far?
yeah, that's a question. Is like the Ceres was able to see where it came from. Was it within 60 feet?
They will be firing out close to the near 120-foot maximum range.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay, then I can't.
Yeah, we spread out then.
Yeah.
Given you have slightly more time to react, given Sarah's apparently managed to hide slightly better,
Yeah.
put the group into two groups of 3. Which half do you want to make saving throws?
I'll take it.
That's brutal.
Sure, we have 2 high dex characters.
I'd imagine that Vickers just sees it and literally pushes whoever's close, like Aminus or maybe Torn, just out of the way.
I mean, if I can avoid taking a dex check, certainly. I will note, however, if we were close in a group, my aura might give you bonuses here, depending on the situation and how close we
If
are.
you want to be close enough to give them a saving throw bonus, you would have to also be making a saving throw yourself.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
So yeah, I guess I'll knock someone away.
I mean, you
Just
can
out of
knock the
reflex.
count away. So
Yeah, I'll knock the count away. The count can go with the other
Get
3.
the fuck out of here, Count!
As then you kind of push them to the side, but the fireball will strike the 3 of you as you try to scatter.
Right.
You can add a +4 to your saving throw.
Dexterity saving throws, please.
+5, sorry.
All right. That's a 25 then.
That's a very high dex saving.
You have evasion now, right?
24.
I do have evasion, yes.
Mm.
I don't have evasion.
Not one.
Oh no.
No.
I'm an ass.
Natural 3. But
I
yeah,
mean, you can
that's
tank
about
it, it's fine.
Yeah, it is so good.
I had to say it was either you or the Count, and Vickers believes that you can survive this.
A pretty good dex save, all things considered, like a +6.
Well, you know the rules in this. Success is usually half damage.
Yeah.
Usually.
Failure is full.
Ouch.
Ouch.
That is.
That is a high roll.
That's an upcasted fireball as well.
Yeah, okay. Brutal.
It's 86 usually.
19 damage. Right?
18 apparently.
18. Okay. Perhaps it is Aminus's inaction that helps Vickers as he dodges behind Aminus in a way that he basically takes none of it.
Behind the king.
Maybe
Form of
maybe using
human
the
shield.
momentum from pushing the Count the opposite way to like push himself further.
As you see, because like roll out fireball range, just leaving the two of you exploding.
Yeah.
I'm blooded.
I can give both of us like level 1 healing spell.
The Count simply calls out at this point. Run.
Yeah. Fucking run. Get in.
The entrance is not far away. It's going to just be a sprint of trying to get there faster than the defenders can shoot at you.
Gotcha.
If you have a means of moving faster, obviously you can try to use that. Otherwise, athletics checks.
I have cunning action dash.
That's
An action and move
I
action.
will accept a cunning action dash.
Yeah.
How
I can dash
far?
twice actually.
how
Well,
far
yeah,
are we
everyone can
talking?
dash twice, but that's a special thing you can do to go faster.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
How far are we talking, Dark?
Yeah. Probably. I'm going to go with a fireball range of 150 feet to the wall.
You want to just take someone with you?
Yeah. I mean, Ceres is
I'm
not athletic. Like,
She doesn't want to sprint out of the way of the fireball.
no.
Of the fireballs and shots.
And if she's going to take anyone, it's going to be the wounded Aminas.
Yeah.
Fair
So,
enough.
yeah, Ceres will dimension doors away.
Okay, in which case the two of you will be automatically brought to safety. Vickers brought to safety.
Colin will use his fancy cloak to do the same and probably take. I don't know. Who of you needs it more?
I'm fine.
I'm not very athletics. I'm much more acrobatic.
Then there you go.
I imagine the Count is athletic to a degree as well.
I'm sure he's got
Yeah.
something up his sleeves.
Okay, so I just want to know. Okay, so are you're taking CO along?
Yes. The
Okay,
cape
so-
of the mountebank to cast Dimension Door.
Okay, so I just love the idea though that the Count shouts "run." Four of the party teleports suddenly, and Vickers is the only one actually left running.
Yeah, that's fine.
And he is very
He's
fast.
so
fast.
fast. he's like
Go on.
the
I mean,
most
it's
physically
150
aged.
feet. I can make it in one turn. I think
I love it.
maybe.
I don't know what your base speed is. What 30?
It could be. It's 30, and dash goes make doubles, right?
You go 60, 90 if you did it.
You can get
60,
90.
90.
Yeah.
Okay, so it'd be 2.
It would take you 2 rounds, but it's still faster than the Count's base speed.
Right. Yeah.
Well, just for my own thing, let's find out how his athletics goes.
Well, maybe the fact that I'm in front, I might take some of the fire.
You know, maybe.
That's pretty good.
Uh,
What's wrong with that?
He is peppered with some shots, but it's not too bad.
All right.
Given the rest of you had a special ability for it, the rest of you take fairly minimal damage each.
Yeah, I also have uncanny dodge if I do get hit.
Yeah. In the
Um,
case of those of you who teleported, you just take nothing.
Yeah.
Say.
For you, given you had your uncanny dodge,
Yeah,
well, not your uncanny dodge, your special ability on this,
yeah,
you take 12 as your base, which you can uncanny dodge if you want to.
yeah. I will. I might as well. That's 6. Sweet.
As like, you manage to dodge most, but just like a single arrow like grazes past you.
Yeah. Oh, almost perfect.
As the defenders apparently are rather sharp-eyed right now.
I mean, I have a way of distracting them if we are.
It doesn't matter too much. The group has managed to approach right up to the edge of the wall now, and well, you can see the sewage grate there.
All right. Let's go.
Chris does some juggling of spells, spell slots and stuffs.
As the group drops their way down into the caustic waterway below. As soon as you make it down, the waterway stinks. A caustic and visceral smell from the water. As if something very weird is running through it right now. And the water is even a little bit slimy as you're in it.
I would try avoid.
I will cast a spell on myself. I am now wary for the time being here. I will cast resist poison on myself. Yes.
Resist poison. Okay.
Yeah, that is. Oh. Protection from poison. Sorry, that's the name of it. You touch a creature. If it is poisoned, you neutralize the poison. If more than one poison afflicts the target, you neutralize one poison that you know is present, or you neutralize one at random. For the duration, the target has advantage on saving throws against being poisoned, and it has resistance to poison damage.
That certainly seems useful.
Yep, so resist the poison damage. Can use him. Poisoning resist. Yes.
I think Ceres is going to pop her long since obtained potion of fire resistance. We're going to be seeing more fireballs, I think.
How long does that last?
An hour.
Okay.
Yeah, throwing all these potions of poison resistance earlier. Might as well use one, right? If anyone wants the second one, do tell.
I wouldn't say no.
You are squishy, so you shall have one.
Alright.
We can
Flesh is weak.
use a cure wound spell from my necklace of prayers.
The flesh is weak, but the spells are strong.
Poison, yeah, shoot.
Yes, I just used both I had, so one of those is for you.
Got a cold resist if anyone wants that.
Oh yes, please.
Do you have a scroll of?
Potion of cold resist. That's that.
Oh, I see.
I do have a scroll of false life. If someone wants it, like, they can have the false life. I've had it for forever.
I mean, what is it, level 1?
Level 2, I think.
Or whatever base level it is. First level.
2. I think.
No,
Level 2?
false life is level 1.
Oh, okay.
It's a
What's it self-spell,
1d4
though?
plus 4 temporary hit points. For an hour.
Right. But it's a self-cast spell.
Oh yeah, so it is. Yeah.
You can use it on yourself.
I could use it on myself. But, I'm not gonna.
Alright.
Heal myself up a little bit.
Does the count need healing? Like,
One moment.
I mean, I can give him like a level 1 healing spell.
He's missing a little bit of health. It's up to you.
I can keep it. I don't use this much anyways. There.
the deep darkness of the waterways is, well, it's a good thing that you all have access to dark vision for this.
Yes.
Yes, all.
Though,
Oh, yeah.
though you could try to light a flame down here, by the smell, that may not be the wisest idea.
I see.
As the
torches
entire
allowed.
sewer smells volatile.
Oh
Mm,
dear. No fireballs in here.
no fireballs. Good thing I've got ice magic.
Good thing indeed.
Let me just light a torch real quick.
Please do let me know if you do.
No.
Firebolt. Oh, wait, I mean...
If I do see a firebolt, keep on making saving throws. Let me put it that way.
Rare Frost is my favourite.
You like your ice wizard chic.
Mm-hmm. My Shadowfell ice wizard. Like, dynamic I've got going on.
The smell down here is actually rather gut-wrenching to walk through. As the gases down here are not merely caustic, but also just they're going to burn to breathe in. I actually need the entire party to make saving throws as they move through.
Okay, what kind?
These are Constitution saving throws.
Alright.
Versus poison, if it matters.
Oh.
So you might have.
What does
bonus
resistance
here.
do to saves? Gives advantage, I think?
I don't believe so, but it doesn't
no.
get half damage.
It
Half
doesn't.
the damage. Yeah. But you do have my +5 to your Constitution saving throw, so there you go.
That's true.
You know, while we're like exploring like this, you can all get his aura.
Con saves, okay.
5 into this. Oh, I can. Okay. 20 with the bonus.
It's pretty meaty.
Roll.
Except that one.
Thank God for Amulet of Health, I'll tell you that.
29 with M&S's bonus. That should be
God.
enough.
Rolling so badly.
No.
Okay. It's a decent selection of saving throws.
Wait, what did you cast on yourself, or don't?
It's just poison.
Not protection from?
I don't have protection from.
Oh, okay.
You have resistance though.
I'm not the druid.
A paladin gets the spell. 2nd level.
Did see it in my list.
Should be. Maybe that's one you cast? Are you sure?
It was the one that gives me resist. Yeah, it's protection from poison. It gives me resistance to poison.
An advantage on saving throws against poison.
Oh yeah.
So you should roll again.
In that case, you can roll again.
Can't make that advantage anymore, so click it again.
Ah, there you go.
Better.
That's significantly better.
That is a significant improvement. Okay, so to everyone, this is poison damage. Everyone but Ceres can do half of it or quarter of resistance.
Okay. Oh.
That is
Oh.
encounters the fireball roll.
Wow.
Okay. Well, I'll take that boon. Thank
yep.
you.
Yeah, encounters the fireball roll. That one is a pathetic roll.
What's a quarter of 6?
One.
One, yeah.
Yeah.
You have a slight long sniffle from the
You
poison.
can right click, although it doesn't even have quarter as an option for.
No.
I just did it manually.
Yeah.
In addition, I believe only one of you actually failed outright.
Mm-hmm.
To you, this substance, it burns and it's toxic as you kind of breathe out. But you also feel something worse than that as you kind of breathe it in. As its fumes kind of fill your lungs. It gives you a feeling you are familiar with. Not a good one, though. Similar, almost like the blight on your body. Trying to itch its way through, corrupting.
It's scourge.
Wonderful.
To Ceres and Ceres only. Because I believe she's the only one who failed now.
Mm-hmm.
You gain a level of exhaustion from this.
Oh no.
What? My god, okay.
Disadvantage on skill checks.
Hmm.
Or is it ability?
Ability checks.
Ability
checks.
check. Not great, but alright.
It does not include attack rolls, does not include saving throws. So
Yeah.
No, thankfully.
everybody else is fine, however, as you make your way. Tunnels down here are stretch and are a little bit labyrinthian in some regards. They kind of weave and turn, and there are clear points down here clearly designed to make it kind of difficult for people to navigate, perhaps very much on purpose. Oh, not an issue given you brought the Count himself along, who does in fact know the tunnels beneath his own castle.
Hooray.
Yeah, they're twisting and confusing for a reason. Doesn't really stop him.
He chose wisely.
Yes, I believe so.
The smell of the toxic gases does relent, though, after a little while. Though not due to there not being there now, but simply the water becoming slightly shallower. There's starting to actually be a bit of like a bit of a side path you can now step on without walking through gunk. And it does appear a slight bit of fresh air coming from vents above. Not much, but I mean, being down here, you'll take what you can, right?
Yep.
But that's also when you start hearing this kind of slithering noise.
Oh no.
There's something moving down here. Squitching. And it's rather unpleasant. I have to ask who is leading the group.
Probably Torrent. Maybe the Count right after.
Makes sense.
I'm
Or
not
wants to be in
covering the
front.
back.
Touring likes front. Yeah.
He's a front guy. Very up
Yeah.
front.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And is anyone willingly traipsing through the water, or is everyone's trying to stand on like the sides of the sewer?
I assume most people are avoiding the water as much as possible.
If Ceres could hover, she would. Absolutely detest this.
I can take the ceiling, I guess, but seems unnecessary.
I mean, the sides of the sewer are a bit slippy. The ceiling isn't so much. But if you want to be upside down on the ceiling, you can be.
Sure, why not?
Oh shit, Torrent can levitate at will.
Yeah, do that.
I mean, you could obviously like drag yourself along the wall if you wanted
But
to.
then someone has to push him. No, he's not going to do that.
I mean, I can push you.
No.
Oh, hold your hand from the ceiling and lead him along. Like, yeah.
You could.
No, he's just going to walk like that.
Yeah,
You know that embarrassing experience.
yeah, that's embarrassing.
Be funny though. Okay. Make sure everyone's properly given dark vision before I continue. You don't have dark vision. Enable extra sight.
Oh, does Ander not have dark vision?
Well, he's been given a spell as well for it.
Oh, okay.
But not all the tokens have it enabled.
Ah, of course.
Seal has normal dark vision as well, right?
Yeah, I have a dark vision.
Okay.
My dark vision's stupendously long.
Oh, is yours extra long?
Mine's 120 feet.
Make sure to add that on.
Yeah. Might be pertinent, I don't know.
It could be.
But yeah. It gives 60 foot. So if you have 60 foot dark vision, it becomes 120 foot dark vision.
Torin, with your natural perception, you notice what's creating the squelching noise. There is something moving through the water. Multiple things moving through the water. Gelatinous creatures. Oozes, maybe?
Like halt as he walks and then tell the others, I think I see slime moving, oozing, perhaps. He'll sort of point at it.
It goes to say, Torin is not surprised.
Oozes oozing.
Like in the middle of saying that, and they jump out.
Pretty much. Okay.
Ah, yes, the one map that every campaign ever has. The sewer entrance.
Yes.
Ah, the classic.
Also
Oh,
the
behind us, too.
monochrome of dark vision.
What was that, Sheep?
There's one behind us too, apparently.
Slimes, oozes.
Seeping up out of the water, out of the walls.
Oozy
Yay.
oozness.
What a dread ooziness.
I believe also your vision should all be monochromatic down here right now.
It's
Mhm.
true.
Because there is no lights down here, so you're using monochromatic dark vision.
Alas.
Alas, colour does not exist in our
Because
world.
Foundry has a setting for this monochromatic dark vision. It's quite cool.
It's really cool. I like it.
It also has an option for colored dark vision, but monochromatic is what you should be seeing. So
Yeah, we're seeing that.
I don't think. Does dark vision? I guess it's just for people enjoying the map.
Yeah.
Dark vision is just monochromatic. I don't think you have colour
Nope.
dark vision in 5e.
yeah, I don't know if that's a thing in 5e. I know it is in certain other editions, but
Yeah, I don't think it is.
Maybe True Sight?
as it stands,
I mean, I guess, but it's not dark vision. Anyway.
I will also be taking away your grant titles.
That's fine.
Oh. Wah.
Just to shorten the token names. Please feel free to go ahead and roll yourself an initiative. You should be on the initiative track of yourselves.
All right. Oh, that's a really bad roll.
Yeah.
I think have you beat. God, I'm rolling low tonight.
You're either
No, one of
rolling
my-
roll
my
or
knights.
high. Like,
Yeah.
there's no middle ground.
Let's see how fast these slimes are. Ooze.
Fast.
Yeah.
Damn
You say
oozes.
when they have a -3.
-3 to initiative, but I beat them all.
No, the key is to get the lowest you can.
Yeah.
Start from the bottom.
Are we?
Yeah.
Sorry, were we secretly playing golf? I wasn't informed.
One means I'm first, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, we're definitely going by golf rules. It sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fine. Golf rules it is then. Unfortunately, the oozes do not know what golf is.
Well, they will soon know.
Also, can we appreciate that Torin is first in our initiative
Yeah.
No, right?
for the first time, I think.
Which also canonically makes sense.
It's unprecedented, and I love
Yeah.
it.
Oh, interesting.
Oh my
What
goodness.
the heck?
What?
That's cool.
What is this,
I
a
like that.
JRPG?
Yeah,
Yes.
let's go.
Turns out I added more effects.
Oh my god, I love it. I want a cool banner.
It's so
You will
dramatic.
have one in return.
Oh boy.
Oh, if we get there.
That's true.
Yeah, if you survive long enough.
This is like choose your fighter animation right here.
I haven't actually configured the PC's ones properly yet, so I don't actually know what they're going to look like. We'll find out.
Ooh.
Great.
Get the Mega Man boss select intro.
Yeah, the
One
ones
of
are configured. I haven't done PCs yet. So.
One of those Smash Brothers like
Yeah.
announcement screens.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Out from a sewer grate, suddenly a tiny pseudopod spits out,
Oh.
lashing out at his good lord, the good lordship Duke Amanus.
What? No
it's
pseudopod
only a-
can touch his grace.
Good thing it's only a pseudopod and not a real pod.
real pod. That's a miss.
Oh, thankfully you're not wearing magical armor.
Well, I mean, they are definitely great oozes. We can tell that.
Yeah, they're very grey.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, very great.
Ooze.
For this big thing,
I got it so dramatic, and I love it.
I know, it's great.
It's
Great.
so good.
I found this module a few weeks ago for my other session. I was like, no, I definitely need to bring this over here.
It's
That's
so
brilliant.
good.
Let us go with.
Oh, please say there's an animation for them dying now.
Yeah.
I do not have a special animation on that, unfortunately.
Oh, we need one.
But it's going to go ahead and fire something. Another pseudopod is going to come out the water. This one at a torrent.
All right.
And torrent is able to handle pseudopod, right?
I guess we'll see.
I think Orin could handle a real pod.
A real pod. Let's go.
Oh,
See? Yeah.
That is a miss.
And a second one at the Duke Amanus.
That's a hit.
oh, yikes.
Mm. Yep.
19 bludgeoning acid.
A lot of damage.
Yeah, they're dangerous. Indeed,
You also hear this kind of burning sizzle noise from your chest.
I believe my armor is magical, right? Or it has the enhancement from Raiden on it, I think. So if that makes it count as magical, then I think it's resistant to the sizzle.
Is your plate properly magical?
I don't know. It's
I think
it's not a magical
Artificer's
plate,
thing-
but it's Raiden's artifice buff is running on it.
Yeah. I think magical tinkering does make it.
It does turn it into a magical item, yes.
Yeah.
It just counts as magical if it has an infusion within it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you can't stack infusions, because it prevents you from stacking on magical items.
Yeah, infusing an item, Artificer's infusion, turning it into a magic item.
I'm going to put a marker on you still.
Sure thing.
That one. As you hear a sizzle, though it doesn't appear to have immediately done significant damage, but even though your armor is magical, it does seem to still be doing something. Good to know.
Oh, that works.
Oh yeah.
That looks great.
Tord, you're up.
That animation. Jordan's gonna
Pretty good. Can't do that in map tools.
throw
Stupid
Take
map.
that, Java.
that forward and stab the ooze. Stab.
I mean,
17.
it definitely hurts the ooze.
It's an ooze. 13 damage. Piercing. And a bit of poison on that, apparently.
Weirdly, it's not immune to poison.
Oh. I'm sure the piercing also works great, right?
Yes!
I think because it's
Okay.
magical.
Maybe.
I think if it was
And second
non.
attack.
Yeah, your spear oddly works perfectly on the ooze.
22 for 12.
I'm actually surprised as well. I thought Blighted Bloom would be not as very effective, but
If you have power attack, now's the time to use it. I don't think oozes have a lot of AC usually.
Yeah.
I do not.
Alas. Ooze!
I like the next up as well. I'm just gonna get rid
Yeah.
of the combat tracker now. I don't need it anymore.
It's like, next up, make sure you're ready.
I mean, I also have it now the combat tracker and chat now displayed together when you're on that tab, which is nice.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It's great.
Oh yeah.
Trying to streamline things, you have more options.
I'm just so used to right-clicking it to pop it out.
You can have it now. You can have it now on the same window if you prefer.
Yeah, I like it. Casual.
It's also resizable, which is just nice.
That's great.
Suck
I
it.
also had option of popping out. No, I don't know if you noticed. Also, there's also an option how you pop out your character sheets.
Oh really?
You should, on the top of any window you open up, you should have like a little button you can press to like pop it out.
Oh, interesting. That's so. Oh, and it's a browser thing, so I can put it on my other screen.
Yeah, it pops out into a separate browser.
What? How?
What?
What? How?
Click into your sheet, and then on the top right, it should say "pop out," and you can. It pops out into a new window.
Oh.
Near the-
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Like
okay.
double click your token and.
That's useful.
Yeah, that's great.
I can't. Funny enough, I can't do that from my GM screen. I can only you can only do it on a browser, and it's technically not a browser. My GM screen.
Ah, gotcha.
That's
You guys can do it.
new, I think. I don't think you could do this before.
Oh, it's a module, right?
Yeah, this is the module I installed to do this.
Uh,
Hence why it doesn't have base Foundry support, but it has support for you guys as players, which is a good point.
hooray.
I like it.
Yes. Sorry, Vickers, but this one's also for you.
Yeah, I figured that's okay.
I have no problem with getting pseudopod to do.
Let's see.
That's what I thought.
That is just a miss. Actually.
And Ceres.
That misses too.
The big oozes whiff you both.
Running around, so I will shoot the top ooze with the Else's blast.
Hits.
I will make the both attacks.
Hits.
So now here's the damage for both those. And a second one.
Sorry, weren't we in a surprise round?
No,
No?
Would have been
Okay.
surprised if you didn't spot the users, but
I mean you had your
Okay.
turn. Yeah.
Okay.
because you spotted them, I'm not going to penalize anyone for this. So.
Okay.
So
You
that's
spotted them,
good.
the first thing you did was like, I see something.
I guess that moving. Does it have reach? I guess I don't know.
They seem to have to reach. They seem to have to reach a distance. You don't know if they can reach you up there though.
You can try.
Let's see. I move there, not to be in this. It has fucking reach. Fucking great. That hits me, yeah. Great.
ACL, you are pseudopoded.
Yeah, thank you.
Are you wearing armor currently?
Yes, non-magical.
Non-magical, so it means you'll be taking the full effects immediately. As part of your armor begins to corrode off you.
Just
Lower your
one.
armor's AC bonus by 1.
Yeah.
Oh, you just bought that studded leather.
Yes, I did. How do I do
And
this?
it's now immediately being eaten by ooze.
Great.
Just can't have nice things anymore.
Apparently not.
I will just keep track on it. Doesn't have that much armor anyways.
Is there anything else I wanted to do, I suppose I should have asked.
I shall give Bardic Inspiration for God Under, I guess.
If you want to.
Yeah, sure, let's go with that. But that's all. That is all.
Okay. And it will certainly make a move here. Let's see. How do you want to do this? Good count. Sure, he'll go after the ooze at the bottom though. So you can roll something for me. As the count is going to go ahead and step up. Blade in hand, and is going to go ahead and stab in. That's a hit.
Jesus, a lot of damage.
That problem. And, while he's here anyway, he can also go ahead and...
Reminder for you.
Yes, should I know
The
something?
Count can use also the Bardic Inspiration for damage.
Oh, can he?
Because I have the Magic's Inspiration.
Sure, let's add a d8 to that then, I think. Do you want to roll it?
Sure.
Also add this one.
Oh. Hmm. I
That's
see.
actually 7, so that is 21 plus 7, so 28. The count will then take a second attack.
Like a weird arcane trickstery, not eldritch knight kind of deal.
As he seems to move in quickly, taking 2 rapid slashes at the ooze. Except, wait a minute, that didn't seem to do anywhere near as much as you expected against the ooze. Despite there being 2 large slashes in, the count kind of stares in befuddlement.
Are they?
What?
They
As the,
heal?
ooze just seems to kind of pull itself back together, not seemingly caring about being slashed through.
Oh.
Maybe a sword is not the best thing to use against them.
I was worried that cold was going to be their thing. Oh.
Vicus,
Yeah.
can you make me a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah, sure. I'm within 10 of Eminus, so get his bonus. Right? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, always.
Just checking.
I don't think he can turn it off.
17.
You manage to dodge it, but something from above just splop.
Oh,
A small ooze drops from a crack in the ceiling.
God, more of these. Okay.
Kind of bubbles a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's a hit. I will uncanny dodge that.
Are you wearing armor currently?
Yes, magical.
And the corrosive symbol on you. Actually, wait, no, it's the lesser oozes, which means nope, they can't affect it at all.
All right, great. I'll take half of that for my reaction.
Only the big oozes can potentially damage it. So
All right, no.
it is now your turn.
Ah, okay. Torn used the spear, right, on these?
It did.
All right. Seeing what the count did, I think he knows that. Actually, can I change what my things do? I think they're slashing. Let's see. Although no, they're technically all psychic, so I don't know if that matters.
Depends if you think the oozes have got a brain.
Yeah, true. Yeah, okay. Well, first of all, this is not a good place for me to be. So I'm going to cunning action disengage. I'm going to move through my allies here to get up here. Take out my rapier and take a swipe at this one. I think splitting the damage here is bad, so let's take out one of these. With the rapier, it's just a normal one. Yeah, let's see if that rolls. Aha, attack. Huh, a 12?
That is a hit.
Okay. Well. And then I stick attack. 17. Okay, that's much better.
And that appears to be very effective against it.
That's good.
But you do notice your blade slightly corrosed as you pull it out.
Oh shoot.
Your
Yeah.
rapier now has a permanent -1 on damage rolls.
Alright. Note that in it.
Thankfully, most of your damage came from sneak attack, but still.
Yeah. Alright. Put a -1 on the attack roll bonus there.
Also, you did attack it.
I
which,
did.
Apparently, I just realized it's supposed to give a penalty when someone attacks it. Shit.
Oh, okay.
I won't retroactively do it for the others, but I will do it now because I've just remembered looking at the ability.
Sure.
5 acid damage.
I'll take that.
Kind of spritzes over you.
Yeah.
For the roll for Andom, because he should have got it, definitely.
These things need to die. I am done.
Oh, you stabbed it.
Yes, I did.
Bonus action, so I guess that's your turn.
Wait, let me check. Aha, sorry. The ring still applies to this, so let me apply the
Yeah,
radiant
I believe that's
damage.
to all. I believe that's to all weapons and all attacks.
Yeah, so 1d6 extra radiant. So I'm gonna roll that. It's 3 extra radiant.
It gently sizzles the ooze in bright light.
Great. All right, yeah, now I'm done.
Ceres is gonna make this pretty quick. She's going to quicken mirror image. Because she doesn't want to be hit particularly.
Okay, you're going to quicken a mirror image on yourself.
And then she's going to cantrip Rare Frost, the big ooze to the south. There's things that I apparently have to go get it. Disadvantage because it's a ranged attack in melee, I believe.
Yes, technically.
17.
That's still a hit.
I would hope so. It would technically be like one higher, I think. That doesn't have my staff's thing.
Yes, it should be adding half your charisma.
In addition to spells that deal cold damage, add your primary caster modifier onto the damage, so it's 5 more damage.
It seems to freeze into the ooze, though not as much as you'd hoped. But there's some damage though.
Alright.
It appears the Count's sword of slashing and cold is a very poor weapon against these things.
How do I add mirror images to myself?
There is no special thing for it, unfortunately.
Okay, I'll just
And I don't
remember.
currently have the animation online for it.
That's fine, I'll just remember I have it.
It's going to go ahead and pseudopod Vicus.
Okay. Miss.
Your Majesty.
Well, seeing that slashing didn't work, it's time to bring out the trusty flail and shield that I have. So let's try that. Move over here. And I'll try to slap the big ooze with the flail. Not sure if this has been updated in a long while, but I think it's okay.
Right, the flail. Flail with a flail.
That's a hit.
Yep.
9 damage. Yep.
It appears to work, though it does seem to corrode your flail slightly.
I can imagine. Well, second attack. 14 to hit and 9 damage.
Yeah, that's definitely the case.
And does 9 damage kill the ooze?
Will be 8 because of the corrosion on it, which is exactly the hit points I had left.
Oh, hey. Ooze is dead. Success.
Just going to update your flail now to have -2 damage though, because it now corrodes some more.
Yep. Currently, I also have increased AC because I have my shield out now.
Also, because you attacked it twice in melee, it's going to splatter acid on you if you did that.
Oh, good.
7 acid.
Okay.
You are resistant right now, I believe, though. So.
Not to acid, poison.
Oh, you have to poison you up.
Yeah. Yep, that's it.
Corin, can you make me a dexterity saving throw?
I doubt it.
You are in the aura of the Great King.
A +5 is nothing to. Never
Level
mind.
6.
No one.
Suddenly, an ooze drops from the ceiling on top of you. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to say about this except sploosh. Take 13 acid, it just slimes all over you. Your armor is magical, however, so your armor is not affected. It will then try to pseudopod you.
This sewer cannot be up to code at this.
Mhm. I agree.
These weren't part of my natural defenses down here.
Probably the mage's doings. Or magi's doings.
Vicus, gift.
Yay. That's a miss.
Tries to slither back into the walls.
Is it going to provoke?
It does technically provoke it slithers back in. So it does have cover, but
That's fine. I'll try and poke at it. So the -1 applies to both attack and damage, or is it just attack rolls?
I believe it's just the damage rolls,
Just damage. Oh, okay. Hold on.
which I've now applied for you. So.
Oh, great. Thank you. Yeah. It's a 25.
Even with the cover, that's a hit.
Since it is outside of my normal turn, I can sneak attack.
It was not adjacent to any of the allies.
Oh, is it not this one?
It was the one that was in the wall.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. That's fair.
But you do stab it.
I stab it.
The Great Torn.
Yes, I'm muted. Stab the small ooze. I am fighter. I stab what's next to me.
Sounds like a plan.
18
Definitely hit.
or 16.
Ow.
Second attack. That's a nat 1. That's not gonna hit.
Pretty much the only condition you could miss.
Yeah. I mean, nat 1 is just straight up a miss. There's nothing I can do about it. So, not gonna action search. Yeah, this will be turn so yeah.
It's going to retaliate against the Count who tried slicing it up. Missing. And also against Lady Talano, who tried freezing it.
Also missing.
That ooze is not having a good time. Meanwhile, on the ceiling.
Some heal everyone, I guess. Let's see how many this is. 6 creatures. Yeah, everyone. With A mass healing word. So everyone heals 8. And that's my turn.
All right.
Okay. Now, it definitely wasn't the Count's plan to face something immune to sword. That is always unfortunate. But let's see what else you can do. Let's see. Sure, he'll try that instead. Just double checking this. The product damage should not be that high. It should not be 48. It should be half that. Okay, game's doing something weird. That's fine. Break that. Because 48 would be like, how high would it be 48 on shield touch? Level 17? He also gets a free weapon attack because he can do that. Because, yes.
Because special.
Bonus action, not taking off free. Given though his sword wasn't very effective last time, I don't know if he'll do that. Yeah, no. Can I try grabbing a Utilano?
What? Miss.
Vicus is gonna attempt. He's gonna drop his rapier on the floor, and then attempt to use his blades on these, see if they work or not. Because good to know. Because if they do work, it'd be immensely helpful. So there is only one ooze in front of me currently. The other one's gone away into the wall.
Yeah, there's only one. There's one in front of you, next to Amnos.
Yeah, let's deal with that one. I'm gonna try and strike it. Let's see if it works. 13. I assume that's it.
That hits.
Alright. We'll see. That is 2 psychic, and then 4 radiant. It would be actually 7 plus 5, yeah. Alright, and then sneak attack. Top. 12.
The ooze just kind of flops over like a puddle.
Great. It's gonna step back 1, and that'll be him. And I need to go to work, so I will catch you guys later.
We'll finish up the fight and end the session then.
Alright, sweet. Alright, take care, folks. Bye.
Thank you, Utilano.
Yeah, me. I don't really feel like spending much in the way of resources here.
It's just an ooze trying to eat you, no big deal.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a huge deal. Is the air still like dangerous for fire? Like, does it still have that sort of effect to it? Earlier you said that the air was sort of like combustible. Is it still?
It still smells pretty off.
It's annoying, and Amanas is in the water, so I don't really fancy shocking it.
I mean, use your staff. You have 100% kill rate.
Yeah, and I'm not ruining that. Everyone knows that you don't ruin that by
It's a
bonking.
magical staff.
Yeah,
Cannot
so
be affected.
I can still hit, but I'll just use my my rare frost on the big ooze. That hit? An ooze. 12?
That is indeed a hit.
Oh. Yeah, 6. Pretty crap.
I'll add the bonus down. Well,
Yeah, that'll do.
Duke Amanus! Exclamation mark.
Hooray. Well, we need to head south and help these people out. I'll go down here and smack Big Goose, I suppose. Go Big Goose. Natural 1. Let's attack again. Better. 1 hit. 6 damage.
You strike in as your flail becomes even more warped in your hand.
I don't have the magic is needed to kill this thing. Like physical, I don't have a magical blunt weapon, so I can't really do it.
It's like the rest of your weapons, I think, are all slashing.
Yep.
Technically, you do have a magical piercing weapon.
Do I?
Mhm.
I'm not familiar with that.
You could be using the Trident of Fish command.
Ah, true.
It's very
True.
true.
Might have to trident, I suppose.
An option for next turn, perhaps.
Yeah. I'll put the trident on my bar.
It's a magical it's a magical piercing weapon.
True, it's true.
Also one-handed.
It is, yeah. Can I have my
You
shield?
can welcome your shield.
Time to trident.
In the meantime, this one's going to try and pseudopod Doran again.
No.
Oh boy.
I believe that hits for once.
Damn critting oozes.
As Torrent is struck, apparently like right between the plates with a pseudopod. And it's striking him with a-
Damage.
You're like sucker punched by a pseudopod, an acidic pseudopod, like right inside of the jaw.
Is it magical damage though?
Technically not.
Great, and it's reduced by 3.
Slightly less sucker punched.
Still very punched. Ow. Hoping it would miss, so I could do like a riposte, but no.
Sensing weakness, the other ooze emerges again.
You know what? Stop.
Yep.
As it enters my reach, Thorn will brace.
Oh,
Expend my reaction and 1 superiority die to make an attack. which will be this one. 24
Yes.
for 16 damage and 18 damage.
You brace as the ooze comes rushing towards you through the waterway. You hold out your spear, and it just kind of skewers itself, spraying like this viscous liquid out. But you're just having like this like puddle on the end of your spear now.
Wonderful.
This gelatinous sack. No attack roll.
And then he will keep stabbing the small ooze. Hopefully, 27. That should probably hit. 13.
Yes.
Wonderful. And he'll step over the dissolving remains of the creature, if you can even recall that, and do a second attack against the big ooze. 26. Alright. Or 20.
My God, Torrent's just a machine.
Yes.
He's rolling incredibly well currently. I mean, we're all very bad. We're gonna action search here. And keep stabbing. 24, 17,
Ow.
and second attack. 16?
Yep.
13.
How do you want to do this?
I mean, Torren has realized that despite stabbing the substance, it does seem to actually be very effective. Previous oozes, he sort of tried to find out where stabbing them is good, but eventually you realize that it's not about where, it's about the quantity. He basically just rushes over the remains of the small ooze and just, with precise but very quick stabs, just stab, 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 stab until the thing just dissolves.
Many stabs into its gelatinous sack. The umbral membrane splitting, spraying a massive spray of acidic caustic goo over Torren. For 11 acid damage.
You know what? I accept.
As it kind of just falls unconscious as this giant sack beginning to dissolve in the water. Blighted Bloom, not even slightly harmed by the event.
With the hoplite tactics here. Sadly not very effective at protecting yourself against acid sprays.
But apparently great at stabbing a large sack to death.
So one left. Yeah,
I think it's just the one now.
Else is blessed. 14 to hit and 19 to hit.
Both hits.
12 and 7 points of damage.
As you magical artillery it, splatting a little bit over Sarah's dress.
Could be worse.
As combat comes to an end. This is beginning to just dissolve away.
I get a bit of a second wind here before we continue.
Ouch.
I will bend level 1 healing of cure wounds to me and Amanas. One
Alright.
each. So
Is it
first one for the... I
Is
guess
it worth using the shield, maybe?
might be. But first one for you, Amanas. For you and second
Just-
one for me.
Because that's a AoE heal, right? So you might not need to cast spells if you use it.
I mean, I don't know if I take a short rest or we just move on. I think we should like move
A
on.
short rest is an hour. It's way
Yeah,
too
we
long.
can't. We have to move on.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, that's pretty good.
If you want additional healing, as Archangel Apprentice is technically tagging along at a distance behind where it's safe, he does have healing magic available.
I can save that for emergencies. I'll
Very well.
drink a potion, I guess.
The 7 is for you, so.
Yep.
If you want to take it. And these are like level 1, so I don't even usually
Oh.
use them.
Minimum healing. God, I'm rolling so badly.
Sarah's wondering what everyone is complaining about. She might be covered in goo, but she's completely unharmed.
Yeah. She's good at what she do.
Spend another spell from the necklace on my healing. That's all. There we go.
Okay. As said, since Valky did have to go, and it's getting later for some of you guys, we will end the session here.
Okay.
At the start of the dungeon crawl, as it is. Next time we will continue through the sewers, finding out what other things are currently lurking here. And then actually
Bad
crawl
things.
up into the cities.
Yes. Yes.
I like to think that these oozes just have been an issue here in the sewer before, and the count is now like, oh, it's totally those mages upstairs. My neglect of a
It's
sewer
not.
system.
It's not at all where I have disposed of my political enemy.
Okay, it's all the
He is maintaining the defense. It's whatever experiments the mages are currently doing.
yeah.
We'll
A
see.
likely story.
Yes, we'll see what the court martial comes comes to the conclusion of.
Still, I hope you enjoyed yourselves in today's session.
Yep. Thanks
Yeah.
for the session.
Yeah, it's good. See you next time.
Yep. Gonna head off to bed. Catch you later, guys.
Night, guys.
Good night.
Right on.